welcome everybody. Sky Broadband Rapid League coming your way. Round 12 tipping off tonight. Wednesday night hoops from Dunedin. Great to have you with us. The Nuggets and the Airs set to do battle. Some young guns on both of these teams about to lock horns. Sal's NBL not too far away. A huge midweek matchup tonight between the Nuggets and the Airs. No mai hatamai, I hope you're well. Justin Nelson with you. Crystal Ledger-Walker right beside me. Great to see you. Welcome along.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Happy to see this matchup unfold.
Got to love some midweek hoops.
Oh yeah, for sure. Love basketball. They should have it every day of the week. We miss it on Monday and Tuesdays.
No, come on. We need a couple of days off. Let's have a look at the ladder as it stands at the moment in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. And things are heating up. Giants still leading the way. The Airs have been a powerhouse lately. They've won their last 5. They're up to 3rd. The Nuggets just in that mid-table right now.
Yeah, both of these teams coming off some big wins. The Airs are hard to stop, and these two teams matched up just a few weeks ago, so it'll be interesting to see what adjustments they have made and how this game goes. Yeah,
Airs got home by 12 in that game. High-scoring game as well, 47-35. Airs starters for this one, and they've had some unknowns coming into tonight's game. Injury, illness, some personal situations going on. But this is how, that's the Nuggets, of course, but the Airs, the way they'll line up, Hill, Quinnell, Bailey, Cameron and Rakawa, they're as strong as ever. They're a very good-looking unit, aren't they?
They are very good. Tobias Cameron coming off a 21-point Rapid League game, and Jerome Rakawa coming off a 15-point game. So they are two players to keep an eye on, and two players that the Nuggets will want to keep under control.
The Nuggets were the team with the unknowns coming into this one. Only one player missing tonight in the end in Dante Russo-Nance. Here's the starters for the Nuggets. Coleman, Bardsley, Smiler, Aitchison and Joe Ahi comes into the lineup. That's how they'll start tonight. We'll have a very quick look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head just prior to tip-off in moments. And it is an interesting tale of the tape between these two. The Airs are a very high-scoring team, number 1.
Yeah, it's a very high scoring, and the Nuggets are going to be missing Darcy Knox, who's probably been bumped up into the main game because he scored a lot of points for them last Rapid League game, having 13. He was the leading scorer for the Nuggets, so they'll have to find some more scoring by committee tonight.
Keep an eye on Tobias Cameron. The coin officials for this one, Regan Ashley, Mikey Graham and Dylan Mead, set for a start. Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight, Wednesday hoops here in Aotearoa. It'll be the Nuggets in the yellow, the Airs in the lime green. Sal's NBL not too far away. We're underway. Coleman gets the opening tap, and Bardsley will take responsibility for this one early. Clearly he stepped up into the point guard duty. Aitchison, who's been in really good form lately. Good block there coming across. Nico Hill. Out to Smiler now. Smiler to Coleman. Heavy contact. That's called an offensive foul. Good defense in the end for the Airs.
Great work by Nico Hill early in this game, getting that block on their first attempt and then stepping up to take that charge, getting his feet set nice and early outside of that circle.
And Robbie Coleman is a threat in this one, Crystal, as well. When these two teams met a fortnight ago, Coleman 15 points, 5 rebounds in that game. So he's one to watch for the Nuggets.
He is, and he was getting it done from all spots on the floor, shooting the 3-ball, getting it done inside, as we see a nice tip by Bardsley there. Just can't get it.
Shot clock at 6. Corner ball for 3. That won't go down. And still without a score opening minute tonight. If you're new to the Sky Broadband Rapid League, 4x4-minute quarters, of course. Only players who can play are those coming off the bench later tonight in the Sal's NBL. Been a fun innovation. Aitchison for 3.
Good defense by the Airs just to plug those gaps. Not much space really opening up for the Nuggets right now.
Cameron fires away. First one down for Tobias Cameron tonight.
Yeah, he is looking in good form. As we mentioned before the game, 21 points in his last Rapid outing.
World record.
Yeah, that is a lot to get up.
I think that's the fun of this new concept. Every new record is a world record. Of course, this is the only place right around the world where Rapid League is played. So 21 is the official target that we're chasing now.
Right, pretty cool thing to have on your resume. First to ever do it.
Rakawa, what a star he's been over the years. Turns it over here to Bardsley. Good defensively. Coman now back out. Bardsley had a long look at it. Now the slippery eel gets all the way to the hoop off the left. Opening points for the Nuggets tonight.
Great kick ahead for Nico Hill, who's very strong in transition. Can't get that one to go. But he is also a dark horse for this Rapid League Airs team, who can fill it up, and as we saw early, get it done on defense as well.
Aitchison, optimistic pass in looking for Coman. Of course, there'll be a lot of viewers this year who are new to the Sky Broadband Rapid League Crystal, but this innovation actually started in the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi last year. You were the trailblazers.
Yeah, if you are new to it, shame on you. Watch the Tauihi League, because we were the first ones to get it done. And yeah, we made some records of our own, being the first to ever play Rapid League.
In fact, you were probably one of the best exponents. You had a wonderful season, putting up some big numbers in that inaugural competition. Bardsley scores at one end. Hill can't convert at the other. Early stages, Nuggets by 1.
I like that Aitchison's still wearing his white headband. I don't know if you saw the last Rapid League game for the Nuggets. They all came out in
Did see that.
Robbie Coman style.
The Headband brothers, too long in the key. Of course, the original Headband brothers are Robbie Coman and Matthew Bardsley.
I know we'd like to see it. Hopefully the Nuggets fans down there can get behind it. I know it's cold, so it might keep your ears warm or something like that.
What a star this man's been over the years. Daron Arakawa plays a really important role for the Airs this season.
He does, and he's just so smart. He's someone, you know, that the Airs are really lucky to have playing Rapid League. Someone you want down the stretch to be able to make those decisions and keep your team together.
He's one of the best clutch players that we've seen in the last 5 to 10 years in the Sal's NBL. Quite amazing. His hit rate late in games. Joe Ahi for 3.
Great start for him, getting his first start in Rapid League, I believe.
Haven't seen him for a while, have we?
No, so that's good signs for him. He's making the most of this opportunity.
I think he had some injuries. Gets a call up tonight. Dante Russo-Nance is missing with an ankle injury. Aitchison has runners with him. He's one of them. Getting across. Is that Nico Hill or Tobias? In fact, it was Cameron. What a block that was.
Yeah, that looked like a good pass, but Tobias had other thoughts.
Athletic stuff from Tobias Cameron. Bardsley on the step back for 3. Look good off the hand. Right underneath to finish it all off. A couple of points for Matt Piper, and that'll do us at quarter time. Slow start tonight originally for the Nuggets, but they have powered home in the opening 4 minutes and they lead it by 6.
Yeah, really shocked that the Taranaki Airs haven't put more points on the board yet in this game, as we see the awesome block by Tobias Cameron getting up there. If they're not scoring points, at least they're playing defense.
This Airs team, #1 offense in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, going at just under 41 points a game, held to 3. Chemist Warehouse stats, 3 of 5 shooting. In fact, it'll be 4 of 6 shooting for the Nuggets. The Airs 1 of 5 in the opening 4 minutes of this game. So they've got some work to do, the visitors. They're on the southern swing, of course, Crystal. They play the Nuggets tonight, then they head further south to take on the Sharks on Friday night. Large buffalo chicken pizza, that's this week's Sal's special, available till next Tuesday, $40. You know the drill, there's the QR code. The online code, pretty easy one to remember.
Yeah, I love that these are all basketball themes. Sal's basketball this week. I think it was Sal's kicks a few weeks ago. But easy to remember. Write it on your hand, write it on your phone. Share it around with your friends and family.
What's your favourite Sal's pizza? What's your go-to? I'm a pepperoni man. I'm pretty traditional.
Yeah, I like the pepperoni. I am, you know, I think I've actually only ever had pepperoni or just cheese pizza from Sal's before. I need to get out and try some more.
FIBA starter. All the details were there on the screen for you. $30 per month for 3 months. What a ripper that is. Also from Sky Broadband. Underway, second quarter. Blazing away through. Jordi Huerta
That was just great pace for the Airs. They obviously spoke about it at quarter time, and they really came out on a mission to get downhill, get to the rim, and, you know, make those refs make a call, challenge the defense.
Good start. Just what the Airs needed. Misses from the Chemist Warehouse. Huerta. Bardsley. Coleman. Wanted Ahi. Pulled up on the dribble now. Ends up with Ahi for three. Already nailed one in this game. That doesn't go down. Airs back with possession.
Yeah, I like how Xavier Adams fought hard in the post there. He did have, you know, he was undersized versus that post. He worked really hard, was able to box out really well and get the ball back for his team.
Been an interesting day for the Airs on the road. Huerta's fouled. He's going back to the Chemist Warehouse. Sam Froling had to front the tribunal earlier this afternoon on a charge that came out of last week's game against the Saints. He ended up getting off that charge, so he will be playing tonight.
Lucky for him, lucky for the Airs. He is a massive part of their team. That would have been, the Nuggets would have been grinning about that if he was out, but he is not.
Had 27 points against the Nuggets a couple of weeks ago, so he is a big part, isn't he?
Yeah, he definitely is, and you know, he is an MVP candidate for a reason.
Wasn't the only misdemeanor to come out of that game either. Lat Mayen, if you haven't picked up on the news from that Airs Saints game last week, Lat Mayen took an early plea and suspended, so he won't be playing on Sunday night against the Bulls.
Yeah, man, drama out of last week's matchup. The tribunal just sounds so serious.
You never want to go there, Crystal.
Right.
Stay away. There's Bardsley. Oh, great work, Matthew Bardsley. His ability to get back to the left there. What a basket.
Yeah, beautiful move, beautiful hesitation. Got that defense to stand, and he blew right by.
Urakawa, Bailey, Hill for three. Good setup by the Airs. Unrewarded. Margin at 4.
Bardsley loves going inside, even though we saw him take that 3 earlier. His strength is definitely getting to the rim.
He's been a wonderful player to watch over the years, of course, drafted for the 2020 showdown. There's Urakawa on the pull-up. And he's just gone on to bigger and better things. This man, Matthew Bardsley, since that famous draft.
Yeah, he's definitely been a key piece to the Nuggets. He comes out and plays great minutes for them, picks up hard on defense. As we said, can get to the rim, just like we see there.
Oh, great work.
Right, almost slammed that one home. And what is the news with the draft? I heard you mention it a little earlier on Sal's Hoopheads.
Yeah, a bit of an exclusive tonight on Sal's Hoopheads if you missed it. Can confirm that the Sal's NBL and all 11 teams now are looking at the prospect of a player draft later this year for season 2025. So no doubt more news to come on that in the weeks ahead, but it is on the table with the teams right now. Speaking of Sal's Hoopheads, there you go. If you missed it tonight, back on tomorrow night at 6 p.m. as well on Sky Sport. But how big would that be?
Yeah, massive. I love a draft. I love, you know, the anticipation of where players are going to go, the build-up, you know, waiting each round to see who's who, what team is going to pick and what type of players they're going for.
Well, you also spent 4 or 5 years in the United States surrounded by drafts, of course, WNBA, NBA, NFL, for instance, NHL. I mean, how big is it?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, I can only imagine how those players feel, you know, just waiting each round, waiting to hear your name called, waiting to see which team you're going to go to, who values you, who your teammates are going to be, what your new home's going to be. There's just so many emotions that go into it, and I think that's one of the coolest things about the draft and something that fans can really get behind.
So no doubt more news on that in the weeks ahead, but revealed on Sal's Hoopheads tonight. Competition currently looking at a player draft coming back as early as later this year, and of course 2020, what a lot of fun that was. Here's Xavier Adams for 3.
Love what Xavier Adams brings off the bench for the years. He is just a spark of energy and just such a coup to have on your bench.
And we're back to 1, just like that. Ahi draws the foul. He'll pay a visit to the Chemist Warehouse now. 1:11 to play in the opening half tonight. Sky Broadband Rapid League. The other news coming out of Sal's Hoop Edge tonight. Looks like season 2025 is going to start in the Sal's NBL with a bit of madness and mayhem through March. 22 games in 18 days with every team to play 4 games. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that is going to be a lot of fun. Crazy to think that we're almost in 2025 and that we're talking about that already. But yeah, what an exciting way to start the year. As we mentioned before the game, we love basketball. We want to play it and see it as much as we can. So glad that the season's going to start that way.
Margin remains at 1. Ayres in attack, picked off by the Nuggets. Some contact there on Bardsley, who's really lifting in confidence, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Xavier Adams tried to take that foul early. Couldn't get it. Bardsley just too strong.
The experience of Matthew Bardsley shining through in this one. Quinnell out there playing his first game of the season. That one off hands should go the way of the Nuggets, and does. Great to see Cameron Quinnell back in the country. Spent the last 2 years at Rocky Mountain College over there in the States.
Oh, was that with...
Yeah, here we go. I'm testing you here because I do have the details.
Yeah,
go on.
I think there are
a couple of other Kiwis there.
A couple other Kiwis from Hamilton, so I'm really disappointed in myself that their names are failing me right now.
Would you like me to help you out?
Yes, I would.
Cale Robinson.
Yep, St. John's, I think.
Maxim Stevens.
And I play with his sister, so
there you go.
Yeah, that family should be on that.
3 Kiwis in the same team at Rocky Mountain College. Great to have Cameron Quinnell back tonight. Young man, 19 years of age, out of Opanaki High School. Of course, he had a huge tournament at the 2022 Single A Secondary School Nationals. Tournament MVP. Bardsley again in attack mode. We'll head to the stripe. In fact, Cameron Quinnell in the grand final of the Secondary School Nationals, Single A's, 34 points, 17 rebounds.
That is an insane stat line for a final game. Great slip by Bardsley there, and an even better pass by Smiler to lead him to the rim off that slip. But yeah, good to see that the Ayres are following their local talent and keeping an eye on them while they're overseas, and saved him a spot in this Rapid League team and in this Ayres NBL team for when he got home.
Yeah, we're seeing it up and down the country. Local talent starting to come through in the regions. The Hawks, the Giants, best at it right now. Bardsley up to 12 points in this opening half. He has dominated this Sky Broadband Rapid League game tonight. Tobias Cameron answers.
Yeah, fun matchup. Him and Bardsley are very similar in being strong bodies that can get themselves to the rim. So good to see Tobias giving it back to him.
Here he is again. Bardsley is just carving the Ayres up. That'll do us. Shot on the buzzer, front of the iron. And at halftime tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, the Nuggets leading this one by 6. Good contest. And a contest right now, Crystal Ledger Walker, that is being dominated by the man affectionately known as the Slippery Eel, Matthew Bardsley. 14 points tonight. He's doing it all.
Yeah, the coaches will definitely want to talk about that and talk about him. They need to find a way to slow him down. The Nuggets need to keep on a roll because in their last Rapid League game, their third quarter was the worst quarter of the game, only scoring 4 points, whereas the Ayres, that third quarter was their best quarter. They went on a run for 16 points, so that will be a tale to watch for as we see our points here. If you want to speak on that, Justin.
Yeah, Chemist Warehouse stats. Bardsley will click over to 14 points on that last made basket. He has been the star of the show tonight. Tobias Cameron with 5 for the Ayres. We'll keep running through the Chemist Warehouse stats for you. Halftime tonight in Rapid League, Aitchison, Coleman. In fact, the rebounds overall, 9 the way of the Nuggets in that first half, just 4 for the Airs.
That is a difference right now. A great coach once told me is if you win the rebounding match, you most likely will win the game. So that is something that the Airs will definitely have to pick up.
Wasn't your mum, was it?
It actually was.
A couple of blocks there for the Airs. Halftime, the Nuggets lead this one by 6. They have been most impressive. All of the stats, of course, with thanks to our official stats partner in 2024, the Chemist Warehouse. Great to have them on board with us in the Rapid League and also the Sal's NBL. Speaking of your mum, I saw an article today. Well done to the journalist who put that together. Name escapes me at the moment, but I do want to give you some credit. So I'll have a little bit of a re-look at that during a break tonight, just to make sure the credit goes to the right person. But an interview with your mum and her illustrious career, and of course all the wonderful things in basketball that her 3 daughters are doing right now.
Yeah, very cool article written by the newsroom. I don't know who.
I'll get the journo.
Right, but yeah, second most capped tall fern. Obviously just behind Michaela Cox and a bunch of other.
118 games for your mum? 118?
Well, that sounds like it might be it. I don't know the exact number. But yeah, she has a lot of awards that she's very humble about and doesn't let us know unless we get a little bit too cocky ourselves.
She'll be watching on tonight, no doubt, on grandma duties tonight.
Yes, grandma duties. Hopefully Holly Tupper is sleeping well.
There we go. Third quarter underway between the Nuggets and the Airs. Sal's NBL not too far away tonight. Love Wednesday night hoops, of course. Also live on Sky Sport TikTok tonight. If you haven't had the chance to join us on a Wednesday night on Sky Sport TikTok, tonight may be the night. We always have a lot of fun. A bit of banter between the fans. Great new innovation this year in the Sal's NBL every Wednesday night on Sky Sport TikTok. Nuggets into attack here. Aitchison inside Coleman. A lot of space in there. Draws contact. And he'll head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Things going pretty well for the Nuggets right now.
Very well for the Nuggets. That was a great slip by Coleman just to get out of that. He felt his defense step forward towards the ball and just went to the hoop, and the lane was wide open for him. But as I mentioned at halftime, this needs to be a big quarter for the Nuggets. This third quarter is typically their worst, and the Airs are known for going on a run in the third. So we'll see if that can happen or if the Nuggets can change fate.
Margin at 6. Adam, busy. Hand in the lane was good from Smiler's got Coleman going with him. He'll finish off. No, he doesn't. He there had an opportunity as well. Airs survive one. Hill takes contact. Good finish from Nico Hill.
Great finish to take that shot, falling over, keep his eyes locked in on the rim, absorb the contact, and get himself to the Chemist Warehouse line. Nico Hill is definitely one that has come out to play in this Rapid League series this season. So we see a great replay here by the Airs getting out in transition. Nico Hill with the little Euro step around the defense. Can't get the free throw to go.
That journo, by the way, who wrote that wonderful article on your mum, Adam Julian.
Shout out to you. Thank you very much.
Credit where credit is due.
You know, a lot of facts in there, not just about my mum, but about a lot of women around the league.
How good is this guy going tonight? Bardsley with the up and under reverse. Gee whiz, he's in some touch right now. Good sign for the Sal's NBL game coming up tonight, because without Dante Russo-Nance, the workload for Bardsley will go up. Look at this for a finish, Crystal.
Yeah, great pass by Coleman just there. Coleman goes up, uses the rim to protect the ball, showing off his athleticism, as does Josh Aitchison, finding that rebound and putting it back in. These Nuggets are looking good.
And that is a coach killer, isn't it, off a missed rebound. Good finish there by Tobias Cameron. Margin only at 6, but it feels like the Nuggets should be up by 10.
Yeah, the Nuggets are playing really well right now. Great pass out to Coleman on the 3. Almost had that offensive rebound as well.
Yeah, Bardsley was after it yet again. Orakawa on the pull-up. Deadly, isn't he? Derone for 3, and all of a sudden, scoring has opened up and we're back to 3.
Yeah, and we know Derone Orakawa can get hot. That might be a good sign for the Airs. Tobias Cameron just a little bit too much on that denial. And Smiler takes it and gets himself to the line.
Another and 1 as well. Airs have been fouling quite a bit tonight. Smiler to the coloured stripe. Bardsley up to 16 points. He's chasing that world record 21.
Yeah, we said it earlier. Him and Tobias Cameron are really similar players. They can both get to the rim at will. And yet tonight, Bardsley is showing out.
Tobias Cameron has 7 for the Airs. 28-23. Here is Tobias Cameron. Can't complete. Aitchison rebound. Where's the go-to man? Bardsley just off the ball at the moment. Aitchison had it and lost it. Shot clock down to 10. Late in the third. Josh Aitchison turns the corner. Sends it out. Coleman, sneaky look, goes from deep. Bardsley comes up with it, but there is a foul on the rebound. Just getting into the back of Tobias Cameron.
Yeah, great kick out to find Coleman on that 3. He'll be disappointed that that one didn't go because he did just miss one in the same spot earlier. I'm wondering if the Airs are leaving him out there by himself on purpose.
Airs third on the ladder in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, 9-4 win-loss record. Nuggets are 6th with an 8-6 record. Nuggets have won 3 of their last 5. This Airs team has won their last 5 games. Rakawa for 3, back of the iron, rebound. Bailey strong, stripped away. Coleman, good hands.
Great hands to get that because Bailey is hard to stop, so good to get it while it's on the ground.
Coleman wants it down low. Look out, Aitchison by himself out on the wing. Up over the top. That won't get the drop. Coleman did really well to knock it back to Bardsley. There's that step again. Off the glass. He's got 18. A chance from the Chemist Warehouse. Whereas the foul come after the shot. But Matt Bardsley, it's all about him tonight. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
Yeah, it is. Look at this great drive. Good Euro step. Good change of pace with those steps. And Nico Hill, once again, just everywhere, getting himself in the right position. The Nuggets are forced to foul him on that box out.
He's crafty, isn't he? There was a foul on the rebound, and it was against the Nuggets, so the points count. But in some foul trouble now, both teams. And the Airs will go to the Chemist Warehouse through Nico Hill. First one's a miss. Margin was at 3, all of a sudden now it's 7. Bardsley 18. No other Nuggets player has more than 4 points.
Yeah, Bardsley is absolutely carrying the team right now in terms of scoring.
He's within 4 of setting a new world record. Matthew Bardsley. Teacher, of course, that'll give something for the students to talk about.
I'm sure they're all watching this game while doing their homework.
Do you reckon they do?
I would.
You
if my teacher was playing.
You think so?
Heck yeah, if I play basketball, I'm tuning in to watch my teacher get some buckets.
Aitchison puts the first one down. We're at 8 now, so this is a really good finish to the third period by the Otago Nuggets tonight. Sky Broadband Rapid League action. Salza NBL not too far away. Looking forward to tonight's matchup between the Nuggets and the Airs. Dying seconds here. Adam fires away for 3. That one away to the left. Bardsley, opportunistic. Off to the right, and that'll do us. 3 quarters down tonight. The Nuggets have made their move, and an impressive one at that.
Yeah, really impressive. The Otago Nuggets have come out hungry. They know how important these rapid league games are, especially to them because they are in that hunt for that 6th place spot. As we've been talking about for the last few weeks, that is where the action is really going down right now. A few teams battling it out for that spot, and the Nuggets are in the thick of it.
Coming up tonight in the Sal's NBL, the Airs coming off a loss last week to the Saints. They had won their previous 4 games to that, and we're averaging 104 points a game over that stretch of 4 wins as well, so we know they can light it up. They put 105 on the Nuggets a couple of weeks ago. Look out for Sam Froling and Carlin Davis, and they were the stars in that game. 54 points between them. Do you need some fibre?
I do.
There you go. Sky Broadband Fibre starter, $30 a month for the first 3 months. What a deal that is. skybroadband.co.nz, all of the details there. And that offer ends on June 30. Super quick.
Super quick. Get in, take a photo of that, get that deal.
Best way to watch the Sky Broadband Rapid League last quarter coming up. What do the Airs got to do here, Crystal?
The Airs definitely need to put together some stops. They need to find Bardsley. As you mentioned, no one else has scored over 4 points for the Nuggets. So he is the one to find the one to shut down. And they need to put some points on the board themselves. And that man lining up right there is probably the one to get it done. At Otago, you've mentioned he is one of the best closers in this Rapid League game.
Had 12 points against the Nuggets last time out. He's got 5 here tonight. Bardsley, 18 points, shooting at 80%. Early foul there against the home team. Airs face the Sharks on Friday night. Thursday night hoops tomorrow night. Giants and the Rams. That's always a good matchup between those two. Rams in some form right now in both competitions. Looking forward to that. It's a 90s night tomorrow night in Nelson. Of course, they're celebrating their 30th anniversary since their first championship back in 1994. It's a 90s themed night. What would you be wearing for a 90? You're a 90s baby.
I am a 97 baby, but honestly, I do not remember what my mum was dressing me in back then.
Well, more to the point, what was your mum dressing in?
Right. I think she had a little perm going, so
really?
I'm sure we might see some pearls out there.
That's a hangover from the 80s. That's a hangover from the 80s.
Wrong decade. But no, I'm excited. I heard that Phil Jones might be wearing a wig, so that's definitely something to get out for.
In commentary.
Yeah, I'm sure he had some hair going in the 90s.
Well, he'll be commentating tomorrow night with Hugh Bainan. I'm going down to that game. I'll be very, very impressed if Phil Jones steps into the Sky Sport commentary position wearing a wig. I'm looking forward to that. You got me excited.
Right. If the basketball isn't enough, that surely should do it. A legend of the game, Phil Jones.
He won't know himself. Aitchison. Opening minute of this last quarter. Here's the star tonight. Bardsley, oh, look out on the spin. Had it, lost it. It falls to Aitchison. He gets busy. Good block, Bailey. Eventually out of court. Point officials are going to give it to the Airs.
Great defense there. A lot of opportunities for the Nuggets, but the Airs just hold on to get that stop.
Tobias Cameron, the holder of that scoring record, 21. He's going to lose possession of it here. Good defense, Joe Ahi.
Joe Ahi has been great tonight. He's come out super aggressive, played some great defense like we've just seen there. He has been a good addition to add back into the mix for this Nuggets team.
Who's your early tip tomorrow night in the Sal's NBL, Giants and Rams? Hard to go past the Rams, isn't it?
It is hard to go past the Rams, but we know that the Giants, can get things done. They can have surprises, and they have the fans behind them to do it. But yeah, the Rams really are on a roll. I would probably back the Rams if we're going off past performances. One
of the best defensive guards tomorrow night, going up against one of the best offensive guards. Bardsley. Right on the buzzer, had to fire away. Tough shot for him. Margin at 9. Nico Hill downhill. Up and under. Bardsley to settle it down.
Tough take from Nico Hill there. Had a lot of defensive attention. Couldn't get that one to go.
He's applying the defensive attention now to Bardsley as well. Bardsley on the back cut, takes it. What will he do from here? Just tried to hand it off to Smiler. I think maybe Xavier Adam got a finger on that.
4 seconds for the Nuggets here. I wonder what they will draw up, who they'll go to.
I'm looking forward to that matchup tomorrow night. Kobe Langley from the Giants up against Taylor Britt. I know you love your point guards. Taylor Britt, the form that he is in right now.
Oh, man, he is definitely making a case for MVP as we see Bardsley.
Equal world record, Matthew Bardsley, 21.
Right, and definitely the MVP of this game so far. Man, getting it done. That was a deep shot.
We are all on slippery eel watch right now for the next minute and a half. If he can add just one more point, he's got a new record in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. 21 tonight for Matthew Bardsley. Next best for the Nuggets are he and Aitchison have 4 each. That's how dominant he has been.
He has definitely been dominant, getting himself to the rim. He is so strong, so hard to stop. He's shown us his ways to score in a lot of different ways tonight, getting it done with spin moves, Euro steps, that deep 3. Give him the ball.
Just give it to him. Here we go. Bardsley on 21. Coleman. Still plenty of time left in this one. Rakawa's got the job to stop this man. Bardsley's fouled. Down it goes. New world record. The slippery eel has come up trumps yet again. What a game tonight from the Otago Nuggets, number 7.
You cannot stop him. He went right past Rakawa on that cut as we see it on a replay again. Beats Rakawa to the spot, goes up through the taller defender there, goes up through 2 to get himself that new world record.
Oh, I hope the kids are watching in tonight.
Right, if you're ever thinking about playing him one-on-one, think again.
One of the great stories about Matthew Bardsley is during lunch hour at school, he goes and trains with the Nuggets, with the team. Their training sessions during the day. He leaves school. Everyone else is having lunch. He's training.
That is commitment, man.
23 points tonight for Matthew Bardsley out of 37. Nuggets are going to get the win. Really impressive this evening in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, but Matthew Bardsley has given us plenty of highlights.
He surely has. If you are a student of his class, go and write up on that whiteboard MVP for Mr. Bardsley, new world record.
There should be apples all over the teacher's desk tomorrow, shouldn't there?
Absolutely.
Bring an apple.
23 of them for all the points he scored.
Margin at 12 with a minute to play. There he is, the man of the moment, man of the hour in the Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight.
Yeah, he has been good, but this Nuggets defense has just been outstanding. Keeping the Taranaki Airs to 25 points is a really hard task to do. They're one of the most...
Well, they're number 1.
Yeah.
Average 40 a game. Adam Steele did well, should finish and does. Back to 10. Yeah, they've done it against the best offensive team in the competition. They lost to the Airs by 12 a couple of weeks ago, so this has been really impressive. Aitchison had a sneaky look, didn't he?
He did, and we know he can shoot it from out there. But like we said, just give it to that man. He'll make something happen.
Oh, foul there against Tobias Cameron. Not a lot of contact, it must be said. Just stepped into the path. It was the right call. Smiler will head to the Chemist Warehouse for 3. Late in this one. If you've just joined us, Matthew Bardsley, 23 points tonight for the Nuggets. You can see him there in the background. Hands on knees. Sucking in the big breaths. And it is officially Sky Broadband Rapid League.
It is.
Number 1.
Ooh.
No one has scored more than Matthew Bardsley.
Right, to all the other players watching, you've got the number. Take it down. Only a few more rounds to get it done.
I think the Rams at the moment hold the record for the highest score in Rapid League. 52, 54, 52, thereabouts.
Yeah, that is an insane score to put up as well.
That's impressive, isn't it? 16 minutes.
That's just great basketball. You love watching when teams can light it up. You love seeing the ball go through the hoop. And we have loved watching Matthew Bardsley here today.
4.9 seconds to play. Nuggets with the player timeout, so they'll advance the ball. Of course, you've heard us throughout the season ad nauseum. Every point counts. So important to the percentage on the ladder in the Sal's NBL. All of the points for and against cross over from the Rapid League to the Sal's NBL. So you've got to score baskets, and this is the man that has done plenty of that tonight. What a way to finish for Matthew Bardsley. Great setup, Nuggets. Man of the moment, number 7, Matthew Bardsley. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, just the man to finish it.
Great slip right there, and he throws it down, exclamation point on the night. That was the second time he has done that. He made no mistakes in putting that one down.
25 points.
Yeah, that is impressive. I've seen some Rapid League scores for the team around that
Well,
amount.
the Airs only scored 27.
All right, come on, Matthew Bardsley. Score 3 more and you would have outscored them by yourself.
What a night tonight for the Nuggets and Matthew Bardsley. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. Quite amazing, and it's all about one man. He's going to be right up the top. And it stands out, doesn't it? Bardsley with 25.
Yeah, just highlight his name right there. That is so impressive. The only player to score in double digits, which is even more impressive. Shout out to the Nuggets for holding down this Airs team, who have been on a roll up until this game. They had lit it up. Tobias Cameron coming off a 21-point game. Matthew Bardsley, the only person to outdo him so far.
11 of 14 shooting for Bardsley tonight. A perfect 10 of 10 from inside the arc. 1 of 4 from three-point land. 10 of 10 inside. Dominant. 2 steals for him, 3 rebounds as well, and an assist. Aitchison was good. Good to see Quinnell back playing for the Airs. There's some blocks, but forget about the Chemist Warehouse stats for everybody else. It's about that man, Matthew Bardsley.
Yeah, all about him. We already said it. If you are a student of his, bring him some apples tomorrow. He has worked hard. He sacrifices his lunches to be here. Someone shout that man something.
What a story. Performance of the season in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Wednesday night hoops, stick with us. Sal's NBL not too far away. Also live tonight on Sky Sport TikTok. Come and join us for some fun there. The Nuggets and the Airs not too far away from the Edgar Centre here in Dunedin. After the break, we'll have a look at some highlights from the 2024 season, and then we're back here live for the Nuggets and the Airs, Sal's NBL.
as well.
So what will happen is when we go to breaks, I'll wait till we clear, and then we'll start talking to the TikTok audience. And you just got to.
Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster. E for excitement, entertainment, energy, and epic. Cells NBL 2024 is rated E.
Back to the road. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. And I don't care what you think you got.
Kia ora, e te whānau, nā mai hara mai. Hello and welcome. Great to have you with us in Dunedin tonight. Sal's NBL round 12 set to tip off Wednesday night hoops here in Aotearoa. It is the Nuggets up against the Airs. Looking forward to it. Hope you're all well. Justin Nelson with you, and sitting right alongside me, superstar on the court and off the court, Crystal Ledger-Walker. Great to see you tonight. Welcome, Wednesday night hoops. Gotta love it.
Yeah, gotta love it. I said it in the Rapid League game earlier. We love basketball being on. I wish we could have it on every single night of the week, but we will take a break on Mondays and Tuesdays. But happy to be here, happy to watch this matchup unfold.
Who's going to win tonight? Here's your chance to have your say. The QR code's there. Some Sal's pizzas are up for grabs, and right now 73% of the audience tipping the Airs. What are your thoughts, Crystal?
Yeah, I mean, they're going off the last game that these two played each other. The Airs won by 10.
Just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, just a couple of weeks ago. The Nuggets, though, they have gone away. They have gotten better. They showed good signs the last time, that these two teams matched up. And since then, they have been on the rise. So it'll be really interesting to see how they have adjusted and if they can shorten that gap and potentially come away with the win tonight.
We love hearing your thoughts, so vote away. It is fun and free. Let's have a look at the ladder as it sits in the Sal's NBL after 11 rounds. Of course, there's 16 regular season rounds. Every team has to play 20 games, 10 at home, 10 away. This is how we sit at the moment. The Rams have won their last 10. Quite extraordinary. They have hit the top. The Airs sitting in 4th. The Nuggets right in contention for the final 6. They're in 7th. The win for them tonight would be very handy.
Yeah, a win would be massive. We've been speaking about it a lot these last few weeks. That race for the 6th spot is really, the time is right now. The wins really matter. We saw it earlier in the Rapid League game. These Nuggets are hungry. They know what is on the line. Matthew Bardsley got it done for them in that Rapid League game, setting a new world record for Rapid League scores. 25
points. Quite remarkable, wasn't it? The Nuggets getting home by 13 in the Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight. Games coming up in round 12 tomorrow night. The Giants and the Rams. That is always a fun matchup. The Giants celebrating their 30th anniversary since their 1994 championship. Check that one out. Live on Sky Sport, the Sharks and the Airs. The Airs are on the southern swing. The Rams play the Jets on Saturday. I can tell you that the Hawks also play the Giants. The Sunday double this week in round 12. Tuatara up against the Phi. And then Sunday evening, what a good matchup this will be. The Saints and the Bulls.
Yeah, and the Saints out with Lat Mayen, is out.
Suspended.
Yeah, that's really disappointing for them. Here's a massive piece to that Saints team. So could be a great opportunity for the Bulls to slide a win in there.
Airs starters for this one tonight. They've had some of their own issues coming into this one. Sam Froling actually fronted the Sal's NBL tribunal this afternoon. Got off though, and he is free to play tonight. McCarron, Cameron, Minnie, Davis and Froling. It is a very handy lineup. They do come in tonight off a loss. They went down to the Saints in round 11.
They did. They will be looking to turn that around. Massive that Froling is in for them in this game. He is the heart and soul for this team. He is a double-double machine. They need him, especially coming into the playoff time.
Froling and Davison shared 54 points between them last time these two teams met. The coach is Sam McKinnon. Let's have a chat with him now.
Welcome to Dunedin. It's a quick turnaround for you and a big road trip for the team. What did you take away from last Saturday's loss and what have you worked on in limited time?
Yeah, I have sort of 3 games in 6 days. The Saints game was not the result we wanted, reflected on the video and I guess the style of play that we're going to try to finish the season off with. So the last few days have been spent trying to work on those adjustments. Yeah, and I guess back-to-back games you get to work on those fixes quickly, which is a great thing.
The Nuggets have some scoring punch and put 108 points on the bird last week. They're the best defensive team in the league. So how do you go about stopping the Nuggets scoring tonight?
Yeah, they're the fastest team, the pace in the league. They get up and down, so we have to be careful not to get caught up in their style of game and sort of play what we do. So slow them down, picking up in transition. Lawrence is a handful in transition last year. Carlin's got to be better there. But yeah, they're a very good team and a high-scoring team. So knowing where Henschel is at all times, just being prepared to do the little things and hopefully we can slow them down.
Thanks, Sam. All the best for tonight.
No worries. Thank you.
Let's have a look at the home team tonight, the Nuggets, the way they'll start this evening, Crystal. And they've had some problems to contend with in the build-up to this one. Dante Russo-Nance is out with an ankle injury. Ben Henschel, Jack Andrew, both game-time decisions. Good to see that they're in the starting lineup.
Yeah, massive loss for the Nuggets with Dante Russo-Nance out. They were just starting to get in some really good form, and he was a key part to that success. The rest of the team is really going to have to stand up. Ben Henschel has been on an absolute roll the last few games, dropping 31 points the last time these two teams matched up. So as Sam McKinnon said, he'll be one that they really need to contain.
Here's coach Brent Matahari.
Hi, Brent. Got some players sidelined for the Nuggets tonight. Can you give the viewers a rundown on who'll miss the game and the reasons why?
Dante's out with a high ankle sprain, so he's getting an MRI tomorrow to see how that is going to pan out for the rest of the season. Ben Henschel has an eye issue, and we're kind of monitoring that, and he's will be a decision shortly. And Jack Andrew, our thoughts are with his family because they've had a loss in a car accident, so that was rather sudden. And so, yeah, our thoughts are with Jack and then the rest of his whānau.
Thank you. The Airs have multiple weapons in offence, but they also have the best defence in the league. How do you get past that tonight?
Well, we got past it in the last game a couple of weeks ago, so that doesn't seem to be an issue for us, scoring the basketball. But our defensive end is where we've got to focus. If we can get stops against this high-powered Airs team, then we've put ourselves with a chance.
Thank you, Brandon. All the best for tonight.
Yeah, the Nuggets scored 95 a couple of weeks ago against the Airs. The Airs 105 got home by 10. And as you heard, some issues, some injuries, some personal news, and that injury blow to Dante Russo-Nance does sound like he's going to miss some time. Chemist Warehouse head-to-head for this one. Looking forward to seeing some of these matchups. And look at that scoring margin. When the Airs win, they win big, Crystal.
Yeah, they have a lot of weapons, a lot of scoring weapons on this Airs team. They have guards that can get out in the lanes and run. They have a big that runs the floor so well in Froling, scoring 22.7 points per game. He is someone that is key to this team. He is going to be very hard to stop for the Nuggets. Kamani Lawrence and Ben Henschel, they are the two that are key for the Nuggets. If they want to win this game, they need to go off and they need to have some big scoring contributions.
All of the stats and our head-to-head partner, of course, Chemist Warehouse. Great to have them with us in season 2024. Not too far away from a start here. Coin officials for this one as the Molten gets delivered. Photos mid-court. Jack Andrew and Sam Froling finding a moment to share some smiles. Marty Davison, Regan Ashley and Mikey Graham. A quick look at the poll according to you, the viewers, tonight. Who's going to win the game? Mixandpick.com, QR code. All you got to do is scan it and have your say. And I think the viewers have stuck with the Airs. They have, look at that, 74% going for the visitors tonight.
Well, all the Nuggets are at the Nuggets game, so we're missing those votes. But yes, the fans definitely are going off the last time these two teams matched up, and by the standings in the ladder, the Airs are definitely the favourites coming into this game.
Hello also to all of our viewers tonight on Sky Sport TikTok. Great to have you with us every Wednesday in the NZNBL. We'll have a chat with you during the breaks tonight. Right now we're underway, and it's the home team, the Nuggets, with the opening possession, although it's a hot one to handle tonight for Z Darko Kelly. Early turnover.
Yeah, early turnover for the Nuggets. He can be one person that can really step up. He's kind of a dark horse for this Nuggets team. You know, he does have games where he's a little bit quiet, but he is very capable of going off.
Scored 9 against the Airs a fortnight ago. Look out for Carlin Davison tonight. He had 27 in that game. Mini turns it over. He's having a rough patch at the moment. Out of form right now, Elijah Mini. Henschel, speaking of form, McCarron, good hands. Henschel got the shot up in the end. Doesn't go down. Was it touch though? It was. Goaltending against Carlin Davison.
Lucky break for the Nuggets there. I like the matchup of Mitch McCarron on Ben Henschel. He is a great defender. He does all the intangibles so well. The things that might not show up on the stat sheet, you know, he just makes great reads, and he will be a great defender on Ben Henschel.
McCarron, number 1 in the league for assists, sends that one out into the corner. Davison puts it down. Opening points tonight for the Airs. Around the back, Knox, a little bit too fancy in the end.
Yeah, a little bit too fancy. Could have gone up for that shot. Even if he wouldn't have got it, Andrew would have been there for the rebound. Maybe a little bit scared of that size in Frolling.
Getting the start tonight, Darcy Knox. Darko Kelly just left all alone underneath.
Yeah, the Airs had a few shocked faces there. A little bit disappointed that that miscommunication left him that wide open.
That won't impress Coach Sam McKinnon. Breakdown defensively for the best defensive team in the competition. Similar play, back to back. Doesn't fall for Carlin Davison. Exactly the same setup though, wasn't it?
It was exactly the same shot. Pass was just a little bit down by the ankles, so that one is hard to shoot out of. Great move by Lawrence on that spin turnaround.
Unlucky. Darcy Knox kept it alive. Darko Kelly actually was through then. Gave it up to Lawrence, left it short. And in the end, the Nuggets let go of a few opportunities. Mini, a lot of space in the corner. Davison and Frolling, 54 points between those two last time out against the Nuggets. Frolling, opening points for him tonight.
Too big, too strong, going to his left on that block. That is his favourite place to score. The Nuggets are going to have to adjust and keep that from happening.
Jack Andrew leaves the 3 ball short. Rebound, Flynn Cameron has Mini on the run. Can't put it away, does draw the foul. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse. And the Airs lead this one early by 1.
Mini is so athletic and so quick out in the lanes, as we see here, the transition replay. Flynn gets it up, holds it to just keep that defense engaged, gives it to Mini, who's just too athletic, gets it up, gets himself to the Chemist Warehouse in some bright yellow shoes.
Well, he's an interesting one to watch at the moment, Crystal. Averages just under 13 points a game for the season, but his last 5 games have been somewhat indifferent. Elijah Mini playing less minutes than his season average over the last 5, and over his last 6 games averaging just 9 points a game. I know the Airs will be looking for him to step up, not only tonight but through the back end of this season into the playoffs. He's an important piece, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and he will be when the Tall Blacks go away and Flynn Cameron steps out of this squad very soon. Obviously they'll need Elijah Mini to kind of fill that role and bring some more scoring to the table, because Flynn is so dangerous, as we see with the crafty move. Good hands by the Nuggets there.
Yeah, Darcy Knox able to knock it out of play. If you've just joined us earlier tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, Nuggets with the 13-point win, 40-27. Matthew Barnsley with a new competition record and therefore a new world record. 25 points for Barnsley tonight, quite impressive. Knocks downhill off the glass, leaves it short. Davison, up-tempo. Pass fortuitously, falls to Cameron, straight down the alley. Sam Frolling, the one-hander.
He makes that look so easy. Looks like he barely got off the ground. He is so long. And that is why the Airs team is just so dangerous. Any 5 of these players can get it and go. You can't have too many live turnovers against them.
Darko Kelly well short. Here they come again, the Airs. With momentum early. McCarron to the hoop. All of a sudden they're out by 7. Nuggets timeout. Danger signs within the first 3.5 minutes tonight. On the southern swing, the still formers Taranaki Airs mean business. And they have come to play this evening. What a start.
Yeah, what a start. The Nuggets definitely want to talk about this. They have been saying defense needs to improve, and the start to this game just is not that at all. The Airs are getting out in transition. They're getting almost anything they want. They're finding Froling in the block. As we said, just getting it done all over the floor. Had some kickouts early to Davison, who killed them last game. So the Nuggets definitely need to adjust, change some things, and slow this Airs team down.
27 points, 10 rebounds, 4 steals, in fact, for Carlin Davison, the 20-year-old, when these two teams met just a couple of weeks ago. Here's the round 12, Sal's Super Special. Look at that, the large buffalo chicken for $40. Sal's Basketball is the code. That's valid till next Tuesday. Looks good.
It does look good. Buffalo chicken pizza.
Worst thing for us in the Sky Sport commentary team is when that pizza comes up on screen.
Yeah, I know our team outside is also just drooling.
Come on.
Now, if anyone wants to deliver one to us, it would be greatly appreciated.
We'll give you a piece as well, just one.
Right.
So what will the Nuggets have spoken about during that timeout, Crystal?
Definitely their defense, and also looking after the ball. They need to convert these possessions. I would like Darko Kelly to be more aggressive. He's turned away a few shots. That's a great pass then. And Bardsley, he is still on hot form from that Rapid League game. Great sub to get him in the game to get some scoring going, because we saw it early.
I got to tell you, that was a replica of a basket we saw earlier tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League as well, between Coleman and Bardsley. The Airs able to respond quickly. Here's Bardsley again. He's already got 27 points tonight now. Henschel trying to get going. Was there contact there? Coleman in between a couple. Wins it back. Henschel back to Coleman. Smart play. Bardsley. Shot clock at 3. At 2 goes on. Froling puts it down. This man is in serious form tonight. He's a Wednesday night superstar.
Right, he needs to play midweek basketball more often, as we see a great pass from Coleman and an even better finish from Bardsley. So athletic, so strong. He has got to the line so many times tonight already.
25 points tonight for Matthew Bardsley in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. He's been on the court barely a minute and already has 4 points in this game. Coleman wins it back. Bardsley's got it again. Henschel, a sneaky look, takes contact. He breezes past to the hoop. All of a sudden, the Nuggets are starting to roll here.
Yes, it is. That timeout was very well used. They obviously got riled up after that because they have come out to play.
I'll tell you what they did. They injected Robbie Coleman and Matthew Bardsley. Davison does well there. And a little bit of a how do you do with Robbie Coleman.
Yeah, definitely. And had a little bit of contact coming up the court. Something to keep an eye on there. But Robbie Coleman was also very effective in that Rapid League game, getting the little things done for them to get that win.
2 young Bulls locking horns tonight. Bardsley keeps it in play. In fact, it was Darko Kelly foul called there. And the Nuggets will come up with it. Nice little purple patch for them over the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, momentum is really with the Nuggets right now. They're just fighting hard on all these possessions, getting themselves extra looks. Great strong drive from Lawrence there. We know he can get to the rim at will.
I hope you're enjoying it tonight. Midway through the first quarter here in Dunedin, down on the South Island in Aotearoa. For all of our international viewers, hello to everybody on ESPN throughout the United States. Early morning there, great to have you with us. FIBA YouTube right around the world. And of course here in New Zealand on Sky Sport, and also all of our fans and viewers on Sky Sport TikTok every Wednesday night. Pleasure to have you with us. Justin Nelson, Crystal Ledger-Walker, Mitch McCarron, big block. That'll count though. Kamani Lawrence did his best. Mitch McCarron, your favourite player in the Sal's NBL.
He is my favourite player. So smart. We see him with the little show and go there. He just knows when to assist his team, when he needs to turn it on, get to the rim, get some scoring going. He is just so smart. As I mentioned, all the little intangibles, he just does so well.
5 of 13 shooting so far tonight on the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet for the Nuggets. 7 of 9 for the Airs. Here's Lawrence going up against Davison. Davison does very, very well. Has some help from Bailey. Now McCarron searching, cannon it straight into the head of Coleman. Knox comes up with it. Lawrence tangled up. That'll count. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse. And the hometown fans happy with what they're seeing right now. Nuggets storming back into this one.
Yeah, some great passages of play by the Nuggets as we see Darcy Knox get out here in transition. Just holds that defense up long enough to get him to turn his back for Lawrence to go right through and finish through the contact.
Foul on McCarron too. Turns it over at one end. Fouls at the other. Comes up with a big board there. Quickly, Rakawa pulls up. You can't give him that space. Darcy Knox. Daron Rakawa has done that so many times over the years.
He has. He is a very capable shooter. You do not want him getting hot because he can definitely get going. Great pass. Just can't finish.
Rare miss for Bardsley, by the way.
Yeah, very rare, especially tonight. But great cut nonetheless.
Tobias Cameron looking for Davison, who does come up with it. Shot clock at 12 now. McCarron, crafty, 7.5 assists per game. Leaves that one short on the shot. Knox quickly back the other way. Nuggets settle. Let's see what they come up with here. Margin at 7. Knox, just opens up for him and misses the bunny in the end.
Oh, too open for him. Great take. Just needed to finish it. As we see the man of the night with the ball. What can he do?
Sends it into the corner. 3 ball is good for Z Darko Kelly. Back to 4.
Yeah, the Nuggets have done a great job in the second half of the start to this game, getting themselves back in it. The momentum has felt really good. Davison,
game high scorer at the moment. He has 5. Thought there was contact there. No whistle from the coin officials. 2:30 to play in the opening quarter. Lawrence just jumps and bounces around like a pinball, doesn't he, inside? Good basket.
Yeah, he does. Jump shots and shooting in general is not his forte, as we see that ball just fall in the hands of Bailey.
I'll tell you what, I think Carlin Davis's eyes lit up for a moment then. He was counting on what he was going to do with the ball before he got control of it. Then paid some lip service to Regan Ashley, the coin official, who, by the way, completely ignored him.
Yep, as he should. And he got pulled out really quickly because you don't want your players getting too heated or frustrated. We saw how heated the Airs last game got versus the Saints.
There's a fair bit to come out of that game, wasn't there? There's Bailey from the corner. Rebound. Darko Kelly, who's getting busy early in this one, pulls up for 3. Look out, back to back. Z says thank you. And timeout called by Sam McKinnon. Nuggets lead by 1.
Yeah, great little run in transition. See Darko Kelly having a heat check. 2 from 2 from the 3-point line on those last couple, and the Airs definitely need to talk about it as the Nuggets take the lead.
Z for 3. Margin at 1. Dunedin dancers on the floor. Brent Matahate will be very happy with the response by his team tonight. Dante Russo-Nance out with an ankle injury, and it sounds ominous as well. Coach Matt Hardy saying in the pre-game, MRI tomorrow to determine how long he'll be out through the remainder of the season. So it sounds like he's going to miss some time.
Yeah, best of luck to him on that MRI scan tomorrow. But he has had quite a terrible run with injuries lately, and it's really disappointing because he's such a young player, one of the best prospects to come out of New Zealand lately, and he should have a long professional career ahead of him. So hopefully it's not anything too serious.
Saw there, Carlin Davison still having words with the coin officials. He's already tried his luck with Regan Ashley. Now he's hitting up Mikey Graham. Elijah Mini back onto the floor. Slow start for him tonight. Ben Henschel has 4 points for the Nuggets. Had 31 last time out against the Airs. Darko Kelly's up to 8. Bardsley with 4 off the bench. For those on Sam Froling watch, 4 points early for him, no rebounds. Foul off the ball here, that'll be against Big Jack Andrew, I think.
Yeah, good call, just too handsy on that one. Tried to hold him, didn't jump to the ball early enough to really get a solid legal bump. So instead had to hold him in. Good pickup by the coin officials.
Nuggets shooting at 45% early, Airs at 50%. All of the stats with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Mini from the corner, there you go. Bit of form, bit of confidence there for Elijah Mini.
Yeah, definitely some confidence there. Hand was right in the face, did not matter. Free ball looked good.
Henschel leaves it short on the runner. Cameron, corner, Rakawa, Mini sends it back, who has stepped out of line. Their Rakawa just had his foot over the sideline there. Unfortunate.
Yeah, really tough when you take that negative step to get going, especially when you're on that sideline, in particular the corner. We'll see what the Nuggets can do here if they can get back into the lead going into the quarter break.
How deflating is that as a player? It's a coach killer, there's no doubt about that. Sideline never loses defensively.
Yeah, it sucks as a player. No one has eyes in the back of their head, and, you know, who knows how far really is between the three-point line and the sideline. All the courts around here are different sometimes.
Lines are the same though, aren't they? Same measurements.
Oh, I don't know. Some courts are a little bit smaller around this country, I swear.
Oh, hello. Controversy. Darcy Knox scores for the Nuggets. Froling wants it down low on young Coleman. Doubled straight away. Look at Darko Kelly come in with the pressure. Terrific work by Z Darko Kelly. Forces the turnover.
Yeah, great double there. Comes when he wasn't expecting it. And a long double team there. Z Darko Kelly has really long arms. Usually Sam Froling can just see right over the defense. But because he was so active, really made that hard and not many options presented themselves.
Stayed committed to it as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Great defense from the Nuggets to get that one back.
23 apiece, final 30 seconds of this opening quarter tonight. Good contest here in Dunedin. Inside, Henschel plucks it, Froling over the top. It'd be interesting to see how this is called. It is going to be 2 shots. That's a good call for mine.
Yeah, definitely a foul there. Great up fake from Ben Henschel. Elijah Mini read that play really well, almost had it.
Henschel doesn't realise he's got the shots here. He's at the baseline to bring it in. Marty Davison with the call. I actually liked the call on that because plenty of people out there, Crystal, would think, no, it's down, it's on the floor. But there was only one thing he was going to do.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And had that played on, he definitely would have got up and finished those points. But obviously an Aussie friend of his just wanted to make sure he was all right.
Who's that, Sam Froling?
Yeah, surely they're friends.
I think they're about to play in a Boomers team together as well. I think they're about to go on tour together.
Nice.
They do need to look after each other.
Right, got to make sure your teammates are all right, even though you're going against each other tonight.
One of two. Nice to hear you talk favourably about the Aussies on the floor, Kristen. I like that. I've noted that down.
Right, all fun and games, Justin.
Nuggets by 1. Foul off the ball here. That'll be against Darko Kelly. A couple of fouls to give. Been a good contest early, hasn't it?
It has. We've spoken about it all night. The Nuggets are on the rise. The Airs are coming off a loss. So two teams fighting in two very different ways.
Nuggets win tonight. They jump up inside the top 6 as well. That's how important it is. Airs on the double. The southern swing. Flynn Cameron, classy, right on the buzzer. And that'll give the Airs the lead by 1 after the opening period tonight. It's a contest that has had plenty going for it early. Hope you're enjoying it. Wednesday night hoops in the NZNBL. Strap yourself in. I think we've got a ripper tonight. The Airs lead it by 1. Back after the break. Great to have our TikTok audience with us tonight. Crystal, we like to have a chat with them during the breaks here on Sky Sport. Hope you're well wherever you're watching, and fantastic new innovation this year. Sky Sport TikTok live coverage every Wednesday night. Hope you're well out there in TikTok land.
Yeah, how exciting. No excuses to not watch some basketball, and even better, you get to see it live.
Are you a TikToker?
My sister's a massive TikToker.
Which sister, older or both younger?
Yeah,
sorry.
both, and both of them. They love all the dancing themes.
There
But
we go.
me, I'm all about playing the little games you can do on TikTok. I like those.
Okay. Well, for all of our TikTok audience out there, we'll join you exclusively during the breaks. We've got a couple of longer ad breaks coming up at half time. So if you've got some questions, if you want to say hello, make sure you join us during those ad breaks on Sky Sport at half time. We always love to check in with our TikTokers every Wednesday night. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you may be watching. We'll convert Crystal Ledger Walker. We'll do that tonight. That's the task ahead of us, isn't it? So we'll be back with you, our TikTokers, at half time. Right now, we're going to come back live. Welcome back to the Edgar Centre here in Dunedin tonight. Sal's NBL action, round 12 is up and going. And this one's been fun, Crystal Ledger Walker.
Yeah, it really has. The Nuggets have gotten out on defense, really made it hard for these Airs players. We saw the double on Froling. He's drawing a lot of attention. They're making it hard for him coming off screens, really trying to bump him, get him out of position. The Nuggets know what's at stake, and they are really trying to get this win here tonight.
We'll have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats in just a moment. Here's Sam Froling. Jack Andrew right there defensively. He was a question mark coming into this one tonight. Some personal tragedy in the family. We wish the Andrew family well. Early basket for the Airs. Ben Henschel, 7 triples last week. Once he gets going, look out. Here's Carlin Davison trying to return serve. And the ball is going to stay with the team in yellow.
Yeah, Ben Henschel was really tough the last few games. He knocked it down from a lot of different places on the floor. Lawrence has always been a handful, but tonight Z Darko Kelly has stepped up so far, and he has had to without Dante Russo-Nance out with injury.
How about that for a shot, Flynn Cameron? If you don't mind. Leaning back in the short corner. He's a talent, isn't he? Speaking of international basketball, he's about to head off for Tall Black's duty. He'll be missing the next 3 rounds. Henschel stuck underneath, nowhere to go. Knox to Lawrence. Loses it. Davison comes up with it. Here they come again, out by 5 early in the second quarter. Davison spinning and slamming.
Pretty move. Great way to get him downhill early. So we see what the Nuggets can do here. They really need to score. Had a few turnovers the last few possessions.
McCarron to Minnie. Got a feeling there's a timeout coming up here. Surely there is. Brent Matahardy has seen enough. Opening 8 points of the second quarter in a minute and a half going the way of the Airs. Look at this, Carlin Davison.
Beautiful spin, way to get up. He has got springs for feet. He is so athletic.
He's got 9 points in the game now. Carlin Davison, he's game high scorer on the floor. Such a talent, 20 years of age, development player. with the New Zealand Breakers as well in the Aussie NBL.
Yeah, I like that they play him in the 4 position. He is a quicker, 4 player. He can get out on the wing. He runs really well in transition and obviously has the ability to get to the rim and get up like that. But he's just quicker than most 4 players in this league, so it's really an advantage for the Ears.
Now, you were telling me during the Sky Broadband Rapid League earlier tonight, Crystal, Giants and the Rams, of course, Thursday night action, tomorrow night in the Sal's NBL. All the coverage live on Sky Sport. Hugh Bainan and Phil Jones with you, celebrating 30th anniversary, the Giants, of their 1994 Sal's NBL Championship, taking on the Rams, who've won their last 10. But always a good game between those two. But you were telling me earlier on, as they celebrate a 90s theme tomorrow night in Nelson, that Phil Jones is going to be wearing a wig. Surely not.
Well, that is what I heard. That is what the rumour is. We'll need someone to go to the game.
Have you got any other details?
Prove it to us.
Colour? How long?
No idea. I hope it's
surely it's a mullet. Surely.
Oh, I was going to go for an afro with some curls. But, I don't really know what the style was back in the 90s.
All right. Don't know if Phil had any hair in the 90s, did he? Shot missed there by Darko Kelly. Has landed a couple of long blows tonight. On the left there, Flynn Cameron. Ben Henschel on 5 at the moment. Been hard going for him. Lawrence out to the corner. Darko Kelly. 3 triples for him tonight. Z for 3.
Yeah, he is hot. He's already hit one from that corner spot. The Ears need to locate him and locate him early because he is knocking them down right now.
11 for him. Averages 9 on the season. Mini.
Good find from Carlin Davison there, but would have liked to make the most of that mismatch. He had the smaller Darcy Knox on him. Good idea from Lawrence to try get that bounce pass through to Coleman.
It's a big leg.
Yeah, just a bit too smart. Probably played some soccer back in the days.
It's a long leg. Sam Froling. What a day he's had. Had to front the Sal's NBL Tribunal this afternoon.
I was saying earlier, Tribunal just sounds so serious.
Reaching around Mini with the foul. Sal's Hoopheads every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. If you missed it tonight, it's back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. leading into the Sky Broadband Rapid League as well. And there was a couple of big stories to come out of Sal's Hoopheads this week.
Yeah, there was. I like the story about the potential draft coming up. That's always exciting.
Yeah, that was revealed tonight. Sal's NBL looking at a player draft ahead of the 2025 season, so keep an eye on that. I know the teams are looking at it at the moment. Potentially 8 rounds, I'm hearing as well.
How will that work with imports? Are imports going to be in the draft, or will they be left out and it'll all just be mainly Kiwi players? Or
don't ask
we
questions. Don't ask questions, Crystal.
Take it back.
All will be revealed. McCarron can't finish that. Margin at 6. I do like your inquisitive nature, though, Crystal.
Yeah,
foul there on Tobias Cameron.
I'm excited about it. I'm already thinking who I'd pick as my first draft pick.
Hello.
What team would get what?
You've been in the States the last 4 or 5 years, so you're well accustomed to drafts.
Yeah, so exciting. It's always cool to see, the player rankings, who's ranked higher, the debate that we get around all of that. See, Darko Kelly just a little bit short, but otherwise his shots have looked good.
Davison, just so athletic and powerful, isn't he? Took that from a long way out as well. He adds another 2 to his tally tonight. He's on fire. He's up to 11.
Yeah, man, he looked great last time these two teams played. 27 points. I'm pretty sure he was the game MVP. And he's got to be confident coming in tonight.
He took that nearly at the 3-point line.
Oh, yeah, that looked smooth, but so easy for him.
Excitement machine, isn't he? Had 27 against the Nuggets last time out. Already has 11 tonight. He looks set for a big one.
Yeah, he's exciting to watch. Not only does he throw down big blocks, big dunks, but he also gets big blocks on the other end.
Bardsley's got the job on him at the moment.
Great ball movement by the Ears and a great finish from McCarron there. The brother to brother find along the base, the extra pass to McCarron. That just looked pretty.
7 points tonight for Mitch McCarron. Already has 5 assists as well. He's #1 in the league at 7.5. So he looks set for a big one. Bardsley inside, 6 points for him tonight. In this one, had 25 earlier in the Rapid League.
He is slashing to the rim so well, and I think it might have come off Flynn Cameron's leg. It did. Great read there on defense from Darko Kelly.
Well, we talk about the confidence that the Rapid League is bringing into the Sal's NBL across players at all teams, and it's being highlighted none better tonight than Matthew Bardsley.
Oh, for sure, and we see him continue that with his slashing to the rim. Great little behind the back by Davison there. I like that combo of them up the floor. Flynn Cameron with the great finish.
So some mistakes there for the Nuggets, and all of a sudden the margin out to a game-high 11. Lawrence searching on the board with 2 there. He's up to 7 in the game now. Hasn't had it all his own way though.
No, he hasn't, but there was a great little rugby tuck.
Davison is just toying with the opposition right now. 13 points for Carlin Davison. He looks set for a monster night. Lawrence runs into the shoulder of Sam Froling.
Right, but how hard is that shot? Falling to the ground, still making it? You have got to have some upper body strength to do that.
Davison had a couple of looks at it. Heavy contact mid-court. That's going to be a foul on Cameron.
Yeah, not a bad idea, because the Nuggets are looking really good in transition right now. The coaches spoke about it earlier. The Nuggets like to play a fast-paced game. They know that they can get it going, especially when they play fast up the court. And the Airs' aim for this game is to really slow them down. They like to be more set, more disciplined to get through their stuff.
Davison takes a break. 13 points for him. 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block. I know his career high is 27, which was against the Nuggets. Had 26 earlier this season against the Giants. Wouldn't surprise me tonight. I'm gonna pull it out of the bag right now. Wouldn't surprise me tonight if we see a 30-piece from Carlin Davison. He just looks like he's in one of those moods.
Yeah, he's definitely on the way to a 30-piece. And he's been really close with his 27-point games. But he likes the look of all of these matchups over the floor right now. He's quicker than the bigs on this Nuggets team. He's stronger than the guards, and definitely one of the most athletic people on the floor right now.
Airs have got the Sharks at the Shark Tank on Friday night. Got to get the job done here though first. Looking good right now. Midway through the second quarter, Darko Kelly's been impressive. Gives up the shot, looking for the pass underneath to Robbie Coleman. Comes unstuck.
Yeah, good idea to try to get that through. Might have been a little bit put off by the Froling length. But also, you know, you can take that shot and your roll is still going for the rebound.
Rakawa on that turn, leaves it short on the iron. Rebound. Cameron flicks it out to brother, Tobias, to Flynn. Flynn now back to brother Tobias for 3. It's a Cameron special.
Brother to brother, we like to see it. Great little Spain screen action there. Both players went with the big. Tobias popped right open.
This one's starting to blow out. Nuggets need to respond. Good pair of hands to be in. Darko Kelly, another triple from the corner. That's his 4th triple tonight. And there's a few words between Kamani Lawrence and Tobias Cameron. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Look at this man in the corner.
Yeah, we see both of them just go down. Not sure who pulled down who or if it was a bump, but there was a lot of heat in that little discussion they had afterwards.
Yeah, it came just off the rebound between Tobias Cameron and Kamani Lawrence. We saw it at the back end of that replay. And it's been a double technical, I think, on both of them. So Marty Davison, one of, if not the most experienced official in the Sal's NBL, right on the spot there, did not hesitate.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very heated debate that they were having. I like the technical calls. get it all back down calm. I like when they come early in the games and it really just sets the tone. You don't want this carrying over throughout the game and having that heat just come right up.
So Kamani Lawrence and Tobias Cameron with a tech foul apiece cancel each other out, so we're back underway. Ayres into attack. Tobias Cameron goes long. Lawrence, the man he just tangled up with, gets the rebound. Wants to go back at Quentin Bailey. Great defense from the farmer. Darko Kelly to Lawrence off the glass for two, and here we go. We've seen this a couple of times from the Nuggets, getting on a bit of a run.
We have, and Lawrence was just relentless there to score. Tried to do it one-on-one, then went to the pick and roll. But Okawa, oh, that would have been a nice pass if it had gone. Darko Kelly playing great defense tonight.
He's got 14 points, Darko Kelly. Already 5 above his season average. So I take that back. He averages 12, so I've shortchanged him there. Still a couple of points above that. Davison back into the action. Speaking of points, he's got 15.
Yeah, insert him back in the game because he has been great so far. Good hands from Tobias Cameron there to get that steal.
And draws the foul on Darko Kelly.
He is not afraid of the contact. He will go up and through you. Get out of his way because you're most likely going to end up fouling him.
Strong lads, the Cameron brothers, aren't they? I wonder where they get it from.
Their mum, for sure. Definitely comes from Janelle.
They'll be watching on tonight. The Cameron family, hope you're well. Here's Tobias at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. First one is good. Great shot of his shooting action there. Talk us through it, Crystal.
Through his shooting action?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I like the look of this free throw routine. Both Cameron brothers actually do that little calm and collected breath before they shoot. I wonder if that's something that they've been taught. But Tobias is very efficient from the free throw line, going from usually 80%.
And brother Flynn goes at 88%. Marnie Lawrence draws contact, smiles all around between him and Sam Froling.
Right, I like that little flex after the bucket as we see it on replay. Great back cut, so strong, flexes his muscles, and Froling just daps him up because he is like, that is a tough take.
I think Kamani, as he flexed, had a quick look up at who he was flexing against and thought, yeah, okay, let's have a bit of a chuckle here. Well short on the bonus. Margin at 9. Just over 2 to play in this entertaining first half tonight in the Sal's NBL. McCarron. Fingerprints all over it early. Turnover off the hand of Rakawa. Here's Lawrence. Big steps to the basket. Draws the foul. He's headed back to the coloured stripe. He wants goaltending called on it.
Yeah, and he might have a case because it does not matter how high you get that thing up. We know Cullen Davison can get up and contest, but that one might have been on the backboard. The Nuggets have been playing great defense so far, really getting out in the lanes. We see them there with that tip.
Points have counted, by the way.
Kamani Lawrence will be very happy about that. He is very efficient from the floor.
He's already up to 15. 7 of 10 tonight he's shooting, speaking of efficiency. Goes at 55% from the field on the season, converts from the stripe. And have a look at this, game on.
Yeah, they have worked themselves right back into this one, but we know the Ayres can explode.
Speaking of exploding, here's the man that's got the trigger. Cullen Davison, 15 points in the game so far tonight. I called a 30-piece.
You did, and you're right on track. 2 minutes to go in this first half, and he's already at 15.
I know I've said it every time I've commentated the Steel Formers Taranaki Ayres this season. Hard to believe this man is 20. Feels like we've been watching him for years in the Sal's NBL. Can't iron his singlet, by the way. That's got a lot of creases in it.
That's not his job. That's the manager's job. Or Yeah,
Have a
surely
look at
that's
that.
the manager's
Well,
job.
he's in charge of the ironing at the Taranaki Airs. That's disgraceful.
It does not matter. Maybe they thought he was going to, straighten it out while he was flying in the air.
Margin at 7. Puts one away from the stripe. Darko Kelly's been impressive tonight. One of his best halves of basketball so far this season. Here he is, right on cue, skipping to the basket, runs straight in to Quinton Bailey.
Yeah, great hands, great block. Even better little throw-up lob for Elijah Minnie. Can't get it.
Looked good for a moment, didn't it? Henschel just hasn't found his range tonight. We know he's a dead eye once he gets going. 7 triples last week. He's got 12 in the last 3 games. Averages over 3 a contest. Davison on the spin and step back.
Nice little fade away from him there. Can't get it to go. Liked that they slowed it down there and tried to run through a set.
Henschel. Lawrence. Again, a pinball. Somehow it ends up with Darcy Knox from the corner. Gee, the Nuggets love that corner tonight.
They really do, as he leaves his follow through there, turns around to the bench and says, check me out.
5 in the game for Darcy Knox, getting the start tonight. No Dante Russo-Nance. Oh, crafty. The trickster, Flynn Cameron. Had them all sold one way, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and that's a great decision by the Airs there to go into the bigger Flynn Cameron against the smaller Darcy Knox. He knew he had that mismatch. After he put that in, he rolled his shoulders a little bit, let him know that, what's up?
Good basket. There's that relaxed nature you talked about again. They are very similar, aren't they, the two Cameron boys?
Yeah, they are, and we know how much the mental side of the game impacts basketball as well. It's not all about the physical stuff. You also have to be mentally ready, as research has shown in a lot of recent years.
I think Ben Henschel was looking for a whistle there. What's he shooting tonight? He's now 2 of 7, 0 of 4 from beyond the arc on the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet.
I expect that will definitely change, especially at home. He knows these rims. He's seen it going a lot.
He won't stop shooting, by the way. We know that.
He definitely shouldn't.
Cameron to Minnie. Off the iron. Quinton Bailey did well. And that'll do us. No team using their player timeout. Half time in this one. Margin was out to 11 at one stage. Now back to 6. Game on in the Sal's NBL. Airs 52, Nuggets 46. Chemist Warehouse stats coming up after the break. Don't go away. Well, as we head off to a break on Sky Sport, Crystal, it gives us a chance to say hello to everybody on Sky Sport TikTok tonight. Wednesday nights, of course, live on Sky Sport TikTok, the Sal's NBL. Great to have our TikTokers with us. We hope you're well.
Yeah, great to have our TikTokers here. A great innovation that just came in this year. Super exciting that you can just go on your phone. If you're, heading out for your halftime sales picture, you can still keep track on your TikTok.
Selling away, I like that. And a lot of people leaving messages, very engaging. Hello to all of you. We can't give everybody a shout out, but we appreciate you asking for one. But by all means, if you've got a question or you want to leave us a message, feel free to do that. Fantastic to see you all joining us and having some fun with the Sal's NBL on TikTok every Wednesday night. You talked about your sisters earlier on, and they're TikTokers.
They are.
Charlize, who's a superstar, of course. Tell us a little bit about her TikTok habits.
Oh, well, I think she's actually doing a lot of TikToks on her recovery journey right now. So if you are injured or, previously been injured, go ahead and follow her on TikTok.
What's her handle?
Ooh, I'm not sure. I'm sure you can type in Charlize Ledger Walker and find her on there somewhere.
Got somebody watching in from Austin, Texas tonight.
Ooh.
We had people from Boston and Iran last week as well, through the Middle East, and terrific to hear from everybody watching overseas as well as here in New Zealand. But hello to everybody in Austin, Texas. Great barbecues.
Yeah.
Austin, Texas.
Love the food out there. I wonder what the time is. It must be late, but glad that you're tuning in on your late night.
Somebody joining us from Adelaide. Not as good as my home city, Melbourne, of course. Sorry about that to our person tuning in from Adelaide, but good to see the Australians tuning in on Sky Sport TikTok. There's a few saying hello.
Yeah, got to show some love to Adelaide. Our new Tall Ferns coach
Yes, Nat
is
Hurst.
from there, or coaches there.
Yeah. A couple of Australians playing here tonight, of course, as well. Sam Froling, one of the stars of the competition here in New Zealand. Philadelphia, somebody tuning in from Philadelphia as well.
Ooh, all around the world. We love to see it. We love to see that you guys are tuning in to some basketball being played at the bottom of the world. One of the most innovative leagues out there. So come over, come watch. I bet you've never seen Rapid League or a player timeout before.
I love that from Geordie Girl. I'm in Australia, but I'm actually from Japan, so getting two countries mentioned in the one go.
Right, bonus.
We'll be back with our TikTokers in our next break. Stick with us as we come back live with Sky Sport. Welcome back to the Edgar Centre here in Dunedin tonight. Hope you're well. Justin Nelson, Crystal Ledger Walker with you. Round 12 is up and going in the Sal's NBL, and at the half the Airs have it by 6, haven't had it all their own way. It's been an entertaining contest, Crystal.
It has been an entertaining contest. It's kind of had it all. We've had some dunks, we've had some big blocks, we've definitely had some great shooting performances, especially by Z Darko Kelly. But yeah, a lot of positive things happening in this game right now for both teams.
Chemist Warehouse stats talk us through it. Leading scorers Carlin Davis and Kamani Lawrence, 16 apiece.
Yeah, they have been awesome. Carlin Davison, the previous MVP of this matchup last time that these two teams met, he has been on a roll. Z Darko Kelly has been the difference for the Nuggets right now. He's knocking it down from the outside. He's assisting the ball well. And Kamani Lawrence, we've been saying it all season, you just can't stop that man going to the rim. He has been tough.
Let's keep going through the Chemist Warehouse stats. There's the rebounds tonight. Darko Kelly, as you said, involved in everything. Davison is having a night out, maybe a new career high on the horizon for him here this evening in Dunedin. As we keep flicking through the stats to half-time. Look at Mitch McCarron, averages 7.5 dimes a game, already up to 6.
Yeah, what can't he do? He makes his team look so good. He is so smart. He reads the play before it even happens. That is why he can assist so well. And we see some big blocks from the Airs players. None for the Nuggets just yet.
And there's the steals to half-time as well. No surprise that Carlin Davison is showing up right across the stat sheet tonight. All of the stats, of course, with thanks to our official partner here in the Sal's NBL, the Chemist Warehouse. Kids running around at half-time, enjoying it. Good to see some midweek hoops for them as well. At the half, it's the visitors leading this one. The Airs on the southern swing, 52-46. Third quarter coming up on the other side of the break. See you soon. And as we head off to our second break at half-time, it gives us a chance to come back and say hello to everybody on Sky Sport TikTok tonight. It's our TikTok exclusive when we head off to an ad break, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And don't
special little time just for the TikTokers.
Right, special just for you guys. Ask us some questions, get involved. We want to hear from you. Don't be confused if you're just tuning in. These are our future Nuggets and Airs players.
Funny, someone on TikTok did just tune in and thought we were showing the kids game live. There is a Sal's NBL game that will be getting back underway shortly. 6 points the margin at halftime. Taranaki Airs are leading this one. A lot of people asking for a shout out. Hello to you. You can see Alexandra there and someone tuning in from California. What a great state California is this time of the year.
Yeah, what I would
Man.
pay to be there in the sun.
Bit of Disneyland.
Right, get it all done.
You been to Disneyland before?
Yes, I have.
Have you?
I have. A little family trip. Got to get the fast pass because, man, those lines are shocking.
Lots of Airs supporters tonight, some Nugget supporters as well. Leave us a message. We enjoy through the breaks coming and speaking to all of you on TikTok. Oh, great to see Hamish Croker has joined us. He's about 2.5 metres away from us tonight. One of our Sky Sport crew deciding to get in on all the TikTok action as well. We always have an up the wires. Of course, the Warriors in the current NRL season, not doing too bad. There or thereabouts.
Yep, no, got to go from there. Love the Nuggets hoodies.
Yeah,
Love the
fans in the stands, having a bit of fun as well.
I'm still waiting to see someone rock a Robbie Coleman headband out of these fans.
Someone's got a Robbie Coleman hairstyle there. Middle of the stands there. I'll tell you what, one thing, I've been in New Zealand now for about 6 years, as you know, Melburnian having moved over here, and there's never a shortage of a good mullet in New Zealand, is there?
Yeah, no, and there's a lot of impressive ones around the league, and you can keep up with all the great hairstyles on Casey's cut shot on Hoop Heads.
Yes.
But he does a great job of breaking down the best hairstyles. We'll have to rank them out, you know.
I want to see someone interview Casey, because he seriously has the best hairdo, doesn't he?
Oh, he's spoken about it. It's not just a hairdo to him. It is a lifestyle. I quote, he has said that. It is a lifestyle to him.
Well, to all of our viewers and fans on Sky Sport TikTok tonight, hope you're enjoying it. Stick with us throughout the second half. We will be back at 3/4 time to check in with you and say g'day, but we are about to come back from a break here on Sky Sport. Stick with us. Welcome back to Dunedin tonight. A little bit fresh outside, but it's nice and hot indoors at the Edgar Centre. Second half not too far away. Taranaki Airs leading this one over the night and day Otago Nuggets by 6. Got out to 11 at one stage, Crystal. But the Nuggets are just hanging around, aren't they?
They are, and they've really improved the last few rounds, especially since the last time they played this Airs team. They're coming off a big win versus the Hawks. Another win also with the Jets between the last time that they played these Airs players, and they are looking good right now. They're fighting through this game.
Here's the mixandpick.com poll. It's free. All you got to do is scan that QR code and you can let us know who you think is going to win tonight. The Airs, 79% of the vote so far this evening. Sal's Pizzas are up for grabs, and make sure you join us right throughout the last quarter when we bring up the MVP poll. Of course, the viewers get to select the MVP in the Sal's NBL. Always fun and games during the last quarter when that poll comes up. The way it changes rapidly, and all of our viewers casting their votes. Who do you think at the moment for the MVP poll? Give us a little bit of a taster.
Well, last time these two teams matched up, Cullen Davison, I'm pretty sure, won that MVP race. And he is making a fine effort to put himself back at the top of that list again. He has been impressive in this first half. Z Darko Kelly has been impressive for the Nuggets. If the Nuggets were to win, he would be my MVP pick for them.
Of course, live tonight on Sky Sport TikTok as well. Lots of engagement there from our viewers right around the world. And can I just give a call out to one of our TikTokers tuning in tonight? I'm sure our Sky Sport viewers here in New Zealand will love this. Why are they playing at 4:30 a.m? It may be 4:30 a.m. in the United States at the moment where you're tuning in from, but believe me, it's not 4:30 a.m. here in New Zealand.
Yeah, it is definitely not, but you know, we love that you're tuning in. We will be here every Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever day it is of the week for you at 4:30, so come back next week.
And just because it's 4:30 a.m. where you are doesn't mean it's 4:30 a.m. everywhere. I can tell you it's just gone 8:30 p.m. local time here in New Zealand this evening. So the vote at the moment with the Airs, third quarter about to start. Nuggets, of course, 7th on the ladder coming into it. Actually, before the quarter starts, may give us a chance just to bring the Sal's NBL ladder up on screen for you all. Of course, it is the start of round 12 tonight. 7 games on the menu all the way through to Sunday evening. And just see if we can bring the Sal's NBL ladder up for you so you can see where the Nuggets sit right now and the Airs. There we go. The Airs are in 4th position. They've got a double this week. They play the Sharks on Friday night down in Invercargill. Of course, it is a final 6. So look at the Giants, the Nuggets and the Hawks. The Giants and the Hawks play each other this round. That game coming up on Saturday night. If the Nuggets can get the win tonight, they jump up inside the top 6.
Yeah, and they're on good form. They know how important this game is. They played really hard. They got the win in the Rapid League game because they know the points differential also matters when it comes to this ladder and positioning, especially as these last few rounds come to an end and we're getting closer to playoff time.
Next 4 games for the Nuggets. Tuatara away, the Phi at home, then the Saints and the Giants away. That game against the Giants is going to be really important.
Yeah, well, and not a bad time to play the Tuatara. Will the Tall Blacks be gone for that game?
Should be, yep, out for the next 3 rounds. So maybe a big chance there. Third quarter underway. The start for the Nuggets, not too good. Sam Froling got a hand on it. Hot pass from McCarron. Look at this, turnover after turnover. Minnie comes up with the steal, and it's across the line, and it's a turnover. That marks down, if I'm not wrong, 4 turnovers in 22 seconds to start the second half.
Yep, you are not wrong. That was quite some sloppy play from those teams, but we'll have a little reset, start again.
Get that 22 seconds up on the highlights. Darko Kelly, and guess what? Another turnover. 5 turnovers in 33 seconds.
Yep, not pretty. Let's get it to my man, Mitch Karen. Let's control this ball game.
Is that a record for the season? Gotta be.
You are all over the record book. I wouldn't put it past you if you're saying it.
Speaking of records, if you've just joined us tonight, Matthew Bardsley, 25 points in the Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight. Quite incredible. No score added yet here in the third quarter. McCarron thought there was contact. Good defense in the end. Henschel comes up with it. Now we'll get some points. No, we won't. Yes, we will. That'll count. Elijah Minnie in late.
Great little hesitation from Ben Henschel there to get himself just right past the defense to the rim.
Tough night for him tonight. 7 points at the moment.
Yeah, it is. I expect him to heat up in the second half, though. And they'll need him to if they will have any chance of winning this game. Great find. We saw Davison knock one down earlier from that same spot on the other end, so definitely need to find him.
And McCarron teams up really well with him. And yet again, another turnover. This third quarter, littered with mistakes right now. Froling, offensive foul. Guess what? That's also a turnover.
Yeah, even though we've seen points go up on the ball, we haven't even seen it go through the rim because that was a goaltend.
Froling just 4 points in the game. 4 points, 2 rebounds. He's been very well held, hasn't he? Jack Andrew has the job. Jack Andrew hasn't scored in the game either, but more importantly, he's held Froling, who averages 23 points a game. He's held him to 4.
Yeah, that is a very good defensive effort. And they've done a great job of keeping him off the boards as well, which isn't an easy feat.
Knox probably could have gone the shot alone. Jack Andrew comes up with his first points timely. We're back to 2.
Jack Andrew has been great for the Nuggets in the last few games. He has been the difference. He works really well with commanding Lawrence around the rim. As we see Elijah Minnie going to work. Great little jumper. Just has a little bit more length than Z Darko Kelly to get that one up.
He's got 9 now. Lawrence got busy during the second quarter. Davison, great hand. Now he comes up with it offensively. Can't finish the 2, battles for it. Bailey keeps it alive. It ends up with Flynn Cameron. Has Henschel to beat. Tries to spin underneath, off the glass, doesn't go down. Loose ball, Minnie, all by himself. Doesn't matter, won't count, didn't hit the ring.
Good defense from the Nuggets. They just did a great job of packing the paint just then. Didn't really give Flynn much space to work with. And were able to come up with that tight ball game. Only 4 points in it.
Been more turnovers this quarter than points scored. Pressure's on. Darcy Knox, this will help. Oh, look out, Darcy Knox.
Oh, that just looked beautiful. Just stepped right back behind that screen, knocked it down. He's had his eye in.
Back to 1. Just refusing to lay down tonight, the Nuggets. Biggest lead of the game was the Airs by 12. Minnie responds with 3 of his own.
Nice little elevator screen, and the Nuggets just didn't even try to contest that shot. Got caught up on that elevator screen and nobody went out to contest.
12 for Mini tonight. Darko Kelly. Jack Andrew surrounded, long time in the paint. McCarron comes up with it. Puts on the afterburners, hands it off. Cameron skipping, surrounded. Davison all by himself. Can't finish. Henschel thought came off the head of Mitch McCarron. This is a tough battle.
It is. It was a great job for the Nuggets to all get back there and pack that paint, because that looked like Flynn had a real good opportunity out in transition.
Here's Tobias Cameron. Too deep underneath. Oh, McCarron. How did he get that to go?
Yeah, just tidies up all those little things for his team. They need to keep chipping away with these points as we see Kamani Lawrence.
Wedges that one in. He's got a big step to the basket, hasn't he, Kamani Lawrence?
He does. So explosive, so powerful getting in that paint. Great change of pace. But yeah, really long step to get out and around the defense.
Midway through the third. Hope you're enjoying it, Mini. Been busy in this third quarter. Downs another two. He's in a bit of touch now, Elijah Mini. Good signs for the Airs. And he's off to the Chemist Warehouse.
Great signs for the Airs. We see them go back to that elevator. As we see here, pops right through. Darko Kelly reads it, gets out. Still not good enough, because Elijah Mini still has a chance at this three-point play if he gets it here at the Chemist Warehouse line.
So on the bonus. Mini, 14 in the game, doesn't get the roll. And that margin continues to fluctuate. All of a sudden it's back out to 8. Henschel hasn't been over impactful in this game. Darcy Knox has done some nice things. McCarron, oh, through the hands of Mini.
Yeah, looked good. Good idea. Just too strong on that pass.
How do you get Ben Henschel going?
Yeah, not too sure. He's had some really impressive games lately, and he's got his three off in a lot of different ways, whether it's in transition, coming out of offense, and just creating for himself. This is a longer Airs team, and they're really putting a lot of different players on him, which is making it hard for him to adjust and get his shot up.
Whistle here, which is going to get a reset on the clock. Henschel's game, 3 of 8. 7 points for him tonight. A couple of rebounds. 5 turnovers as well.
Yeah, they are making it really hard. He is a key for them in their defensive scout. They're locating him early. They're contesting all of his shots. He hasn't really had any open looks at the basket tonight.
McCarron's got the job on him at the moment. Just hands it over to Mini. Knox on the drive. Starting role tonight for Darcy Knox.
Yeah, and people like Knox will really help if they can all keep being aggressive. If Knox can be aggressive, if Bardsley can continue how he was in the Rapid League game, that will take some attention away from Henschel and open things up for him, because defense will have to come. They'll have to react to these other players.
8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists on the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet tonight for Darcy Knox. He's been a serviceable member of this team over the years. 2020 Sal's NBL Showdown champion. Also won a title in 2022 with this team as well. They've got a few of them.
Yeah, they're trying to get back to the championship game, win themselves another banner.
It's a tough race at the moment, isn't it?
It is, especially for the 6th place spot. But you know what? It's not just about getting into that top 6. You're going to have to compete against these top teams like the Airs. So they'll have to prove it tonight. because even if they do get into that top 6, it is a hard run from there out.
Well, let's not forget the Rams made it all the way from the play-in last year, didn't they?
Yeah, and man, how tough are the Rams looking this season?
Back-to-back material. Speaking of back-to-back material, Kamani Lawrence scores at one end. Can't get the strip at the other. Oh, Tobias Cameron, clever stuff from the young man. Team lifting stuff from Tobias Cameron.
Head on a swivel. He picked that pass. He was waiting for it. Great little 2 points to add to his team's score.
Lawrence, he's done that so effectively all season. Oh, dangerous stuff there. Mini to McCarron. Made the Aussie guard work for that.
Yeah, a little sprint to get that ball.
Tobias Cameron. That won't go down. May have hit the arm on the back of the backboard there. 3:29 to play in the third quarter tonight. Airs have it by 8. This Nuggets team just sticking around though. Giants and the Rams coming your way tomorrow night. Hugh Bainan and Phil Jones with all of the action. Sharks and the Airs Friday night. Taylor Johnson, Casey Frank behind the microphones for that one. Sharks nearly came up with a boil over last week. Hawks getting home by 1. Sharks 13 losses on the season, 1-13. Oh, look out. Popping up from the corner, who else but Matthew Bardsley?
Tonight has been his night. We've seen him knock down a really long three. We see him hit one again there. And, you know, the three-point game really isn't, you know, usually in his bag, but he's been knocking it down tonight.
He's got 34 points tonight in total, 25 in the Rapid League, 9 here. Darcy Knox on the move, no whistle. Oh, called for the offensive foul.
Ooh.
Airs are obviously happy. Wouldn't mind seeing that one again.
Like Darcy Knox demeanour though, just wave it off.
What did you make of that?
Yeah, might have been a little bit of an arm in there, but I don't know if Tobias Cameron really took that in the chest. It looked like he might have got him on his side. But hey, you know, we're not the officials.
There's no complaints from Darcy Knox. Mind you, he's not the sort of player that you'll ever get a complaint from.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him really make a fuss.
Sal's NBL Highlight Show every Tuesday night at 7:30. The best bits. Make sure you join us for that. Loads of highlights this season. Rated E for entertainment. And this quarter's been rated T for turnovers.
Yeah, it definitely has. That one just slipped out of Voko's hands. It would have been a good look otherwise.
At 5. They just refuse to go away. Darko Kelly, corner. Bardsley, the magician, just hanging in midair, draws the foul. He'll go to the Chemist Warehouse. Man, he's an excitement machine, the slippery eel.
So impressive. Little, you know, switch from hand to hand in the air, get that one up. I wouldn't have been surprised if that had gone in with his eyes closed. That's the type of night he's having.
I reckon his contract value might be going up for season 2025, just quietly.
Oh, for sure. If you have a draft, who knows where this man will go.
Big cameo tonight in the Sal's NBL. Bardsley up to 11 on top of his Rapid League 25, and we're back to 3. Davison, scoring has dried up for him. In a zone right now. Cameron got to get a shot up at 3 now. Does. Tobias with the rebound underneath. He missed it. Who's this come off? I reckon this has come off Tobias Cameron's foot here. Coin officials will have a chat. How did you see it, Crystal?
I hope it does, because that was some great defense from the Nuggets just there.
We've got the benefit of the replay.
Ooh.
Guess who's got the ball back?
tough. That was a great passage of defensive play by the Nuggets. Just they're really unlucky not to get that rebound, but you've got to box out.
Shot clock at 9. Be a big basket if they get one out of this. Rokawa, corner, Cameron, 3. They do mark that down as a pivotal moment in this game.
Yeah, that is a tough shot. Great ball movement, great find from Loco. A nice little up fake, split the defense, get it to Tobias Cameron, who did all the work to get that ball back for his team.
Back out to 6. Oh, look out. Oh, I'm just sick and tired of calling this man out. Matthew Bardsley, he's give and go here. Was it a give and go? No, it was just a go. And go he did, all the way to the basket. You called it earlier. His slashing tonight, his ability down those lanes, just quite impressive.
Yeah, he is really having an impressive night, slashing down the lanes, making really good reads of the ball, but also when he gets the ball, being so strong, going to the rim. He has done it all. He heated up in that Rapid League game, and it has definitely carried over to this main game, keeping his team in it with only 4 points.
Well, we were calling him out during the Rapid League. He's a school teacher, of course, here in Dunedin, and we're encouraging all of his students to bring some apples to school tomorrow. Just load him up.
Yeah, I think that must be when he plays his best basketball. You know, he's used to training in those lunch times, coming straight from class to the games. He probably came straight from class today down to the gym. So maybe that needs to be his routine. Maybe we need to schedule his games more around his school time.
Tomorrow might be Matthew Bardsley Day at that school. Don't know what the school is, but official stats partner of the NZNBL, the Chemist Warehouse. This game's been loaded with stats. We've been talking turnovers this quarter. The Nuggets up to 14 turnovers in the game. The Airs have 13. Nuggets have actually scored 19 points from those 13 Airs turnovers as well.
Yeah, that has definitely been a difference. We heard the coaches speak about it earlier. The Nuggets like to play a quick game. They have a lot of weapons all over the court. Even their bigs and Kamani Lawrence like getting downhill and scoring out of the break. So definitely need to look after the ball and make the most of these possessions. McCarron surrounded, nowhere to go. Flynn Cameron for 3. Oh, big shot, Flynn Cameron. Davison nearly comes up with the steal. The MVP poll for the viewers is going to start shortly, and we want everybody to get involved in voting on that tonight. I'm going to try and get Matthew Bardsley over the line. Oh, for sure. He definitely, some of his Rapid League points definitely need to come into that MVP. I agree. That poll coming up in the last quarter. Stay tuned for that. We want you to get involved tonight. It's your choice. The viewers' MVP poll not too far away. Can we get Matthew Bardsley up for the big prize tonight? Darko Kelly's been impressive. Actually got it stuck on his hip there. Yeah, just bumped that a little bit. Gave Mitch McCarron a lot of time to come over and block that. Man, he just looks like he gets his head above the rim easily. It's crazy to watch Cullen Davison play and the athleticism he plays with. He's like a rocket, isn't he? Look at the launch here. Look where it starts from. So impressive, yeah. Cullen Davison. His scoring has dried up this quarter. Hasn't scored here in the third. Had 16 at the half. Called him out for a 30-piece. I think he might end up short. 17 now as he converts from the Chemist Warehouse. Never say never. We know Cullen Davison can absolutely fill it up, but not if he is missing free throws. And that margin 8 now again. Bardsley. Cameron called for the foul. 21 seconds to play. Both teams do have their second half player timeout. Neither used their player timeout in the first half, of course. Got all a little bit frantic late in the second quarter, didn't it? It did, and the Airs did a great job of holding on to the ball, because I'm sure if the Nuggets had have got it, they would have been right onto it and calling their player timeout. But yeah, if you don't use it in that first half, you lose it. I reckon the Nuggets would love to see something from Henschel late. Knox has been on fire. That one from the corner is off target. Henschel comes up with it. Look away pass.
to Knox, to Lawrence. He can't finish. Collisions everywhere. McCarron on the buzzer. Mitch McCarron, the Aussie, says, follow me home, boys. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Look at this from the point guard, right on the buzzer.
It's just so smart. Had his eyes up early on that shot clock, could see the time winding down, just floats that ball up off the glass. That was a really long layup. That was almost like Colin Davison type stuff.
The old man showing the hops and the skills, and the Airs lead it by 10 with a quarter to play. Don't go away. Well, our last chance to say good evening from here in New Zealand to all of our Sky Sport TikTok viewers tonight. Hope you've enjoyed it. Still got a quarter to play.
Yeah,
anything can happen from here.
It really could go either way, especially the way these two teams are playing, especially the way these two teams came out in that last half and were turning the ball over.
Hope you've enjoyed all of the action tonight on Sky Sport TikTok. If you're new to this, of course, every Wednesday night in the Sal's NBL, you can catch all of the action right around the world on Sky Sport TikTok. Hello to all of you. Looks like Richmond wants a call out. I know Richmond has been with us right throughout the night as well. I think the Nuggets could get home from here, Crystal.
I absolutely think the Nuggets could get home from here. We know how dangerous Ben Henshaw is. He still hasn't gotten going in this game, but you know, he really could pop off at any moment. Darko Kelly needs to stay aggressive for them to keep these Airs with some more turnovers. You know, one player we haven't seen too much of from the Airs tonight, or in this half, is Sam Frolling.
Yes.
We missed him a little bit.
Been very quiet, just 4 points. To all of our TikTokers, we're coming back from a break in just a moment. Hope you're enjoying the night. Welcome back. Sal's NBL action tonight. On my hockey mic, 76-66, 10-point margin with a quarter to play. The Nuggets have chased and chased and chased tonight. Crystal Ledger-Walker, they just can't get their noses in front.
Yeah, they can't, but never say never. This game could really go any way, especially the way both these teams have been turning it over, as I mentioned earlier.
Underway, this would be a great start for the home team. Robbie Coleman can't get it to go. MVP poll coming up shortly. Get your phones ready. QR code will be on screen. Your chance to vote for tonight's MVP. We want to hear from you. More on that shortly. Davison for three. That doesn't go. Rebound, Henschel. Can he find a way early in the last? He's not going to do it with that.
Great defense by Elijah Minnie there. Good hands, just stayed in front of Henschel. He has been a focus for this Airs defense all night. They've made his life really tough.
Early stages of this last quarter. McCarron inside. Quentin Bailey on the turnaround, so effective.
Yeah, they've scored a few times out of that Spain screen action. I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to it. Oh,
Davison!
My goodness.
Oh my! Turnover again on an inbound, and look who's there to capitalise.
That is that was the MVP pick from last game, and he is showing us why. Man, can that man fly.
Well, there's our first look at tonight's game MVP. Carlin Davison, the man who just threw that down with force. 38% of the vote right now. There's my man, Matthew Bardsley, the slippery eel. What a cameo from him this evening. 25% of the vote. Flynn Cameron. Sam Frolling has been held to 2 shots, has 4 points, and somehow he has 12% of the vote. What's going on there?
Those are those Aussie fans coming up and supporting their guy right there.
See, Darko Kelly's been good. 6% for him.
Yeah, he deserves some more love. But yeah, Matthew Bardsley and Carlin Davison definitely front runners for this MVP race. They have been really impressive and exciting to watch tonight.
Marnie Lawrence, 20 points as well. He's only got 7%. Nothing against Davison, he's been great. But I want my man Bardsley up the top. Come on. All you Slippery Hill fans out there, there's the QR code. It's free to join in. There's some Sal's Pizzas up for grabs. Just scan that QR code and vote away. It's your choice tonight, the viewers. The Sky Sport viewers deciding the MVP. We'll come back to that very, very soon and get an update on that leaderboard. Back underway. Coleman off the glass, draws the foul.
Beautiful pocket pass from Knox just there. Great read, great work from Coleman to finish that off. Awesome balance on that finish.
9 assists tonight for Mitch McCarron, by the way. He is on double-double watch. Davison up to 19 points. Can add another rebound for him. That's his 7th. Margin of 12. Here's McCarron. Searching as always. Davison, we've seen those two team up so many times tonight. Decision by Davison mid-air. Was a good one in the end. Although Tobias Cameron couldn't finish.
Yeah, just so privileged to be able to jump so high. Gives him that extra amount of time to find those passes, to find those gaps.
Kamani Lawrence stepping over the baseline there. Henschel is cemented on 7 points right now. The Nuggets need to find a way to get him going. More to the point, what a great defensive effort tonight by the Airs. Tobias Cameron, ball under the wing, just finds a way and flexes.
He is so strong. There were 4 Nuggets players in the paint in that possession. It did not matter.
12 for him. Then called for the foul. Such a strong player, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And we see Matthew Bardsley come back in for the Nuggets. Let's see if he can get them going.
Coleman just pushes Quinton Bailey out of the way in the end. Bardsley comes up with it on yet another drive. And he'll head back to the Chemist Warehouse.
And Bailey did well to get up onto his feet to contest that.
Let's have a look at that MVP vote while we've got this man at the stripe. He's been involved in the thick of the action here this evening. Ah, there we go. Look at that. Look at that.
Man, he owes you a thank you if he gets this MVP vote because...
Come on, get him over 50% tonight. Keep voting. Breakout night for Bardsley. 25 in the Rapid League. Has been impressive here. Get your phone out, Crystal. Come on.
I don't know if I'll give it to him. I might go for someone else just to throw a spanner in the works.
7 minutes to play. Plenty of time for you to still have some fun and vote along tonight. Here's Flynn Cameron. He's been really good as well. Oh, Bardsley may have fouled him in the end. No whistle either way. Some players wanted travel. Some players wanted a foul.
Right, and some want a shot clock. I think there's a few asking about it. I don't know if that went off before he got that second attempt up. The refs will talk about it.
Bardsley's gone up another percent. I'm just saying.
You know, I want to see the coaches in these MVP. Can coaches win MVP? Is that ever a thing?
Would you vote for a coach? If you were a viewer at home, Crystal, come on. If you were a viewer at home sitting on the couch right now, scanning that QR code to vote. Oh, Davis, I'll tell you what, he might get some votes.
Oh, I would definitely wait for this game to see how this plays out. We've got 7 minutes, a lot of time to play, and anything could happen.
We've established tonight, 12 rounds into the season, that Crystal Ledger-Walker wants the coaches involved in the MVP poll.
This is coming from a coach's daughter, for sure.
Darcy Knox. Lawrence. That'd be a miracle if it goes down. It doesn't. I like McCarron picking up the pace here. Minnie, a lot of time to look at this. In and out, swirled around.
Oh, tough. That would have been a big shot. That really would have pushed this lead out for the Airs.
Well, they're looking to put the nail in the coffin right now, but Darko Kelly says not yet.
Yeah, he has been great for the Nuggets tonight, and he's really had to stand up for his team with Dante Russo-Nance out. He was a big loss coming into this game. The Nuggets were looking good in the first 3 quarters.
A bit of work to do here now, haven't they? Last quarter has belonged to the Airs so far. Darko Kelly has 16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists and a steal. There's Cameron in the corner. Frolling's hardly been sighted this evening.
Yeah, they've kept him really quiet. They've gone with a smaller lineup, potentially to mark, this Nuggets team, to find their shooters out in transition, to really try to slow them down. But really uncharacteristic for Frolling not to be out there and not to have a bigger impact on his team's game.
Davison has tied it up with Bardsley on the pole. I've got a feeling it's Justin Nelson pushing Matthew Bardsley versus Crystal Ledger-Walker pushing Carlin Davison. I feel like that's the battle that's taking place. It's a battle within a battle tonight.
Right. Well, you know what? If Carlin Davison gets his 30-piece like you called in these next 6 minutes, I definitely think he has a case. We can give Matthew Bardsley the Rapid League MVP vote.
If it does shape up to be a Nelson versus Ledger-Walker vote, I've got a feeling Matthew Bardsley's in trouble.
Oh no, it's not about us. It's not about us.
You're going to win that vote every day of the week. Lawrence comes up with 2. And just hanging around. Got to get a stop. McCarron. Cameron. Oh, nifty stuff. Tobias Cameron. He's been really good.
He has, and he has been good for the Airs in a lot of their games. He is really that 6th man that comes off the bench that gives them a spark, not only on offense but on defense too.
14 points, 7 rebounds for Tobias Cameron tonight. Bardsley yet again going back to the Chemist Warehouse. He's 2 of 5 from the stripe in this one. And they are all tied together. Davison and Bardsley, 42% apiece. It's going to come down to these 2 tonight.
Yeah, it definitely is, and they deserve it. Matthew Bardsley with the great cut to get himself to that line. It's so hard to guard that person in the corner when they're good at cutting, because you have a tendency to watch the ball, see that drive coming. It is your help side, but it's hard if they're a great slasher like Matthew Bardsley to keep an eye on them when they have those back cut angles and things like that.
We're going to have that MVP poll during the Toihi season as well, so I'll be sitting in the commentary box getting you over the line once or twice.
Oh, I hope so.
Rebound. One of the 2 plays we've been talking about. Got to move now, the Nuggets. Lawrence. That one goes over the top.
Yeah, good job by Otago to keep him out. He definitely is a smaller matchup.
Good hand in there, Bardsley. Cameron gets back after it. They settle. Shot clock at 7 now. McCarron has Darko Kelly in front of him. Frolling, hardly sighted tonight. Leaves that one short. Does that count? It does. Tobias Cameron, right place, right time.
That is what we call a shot pass.
What's Cameron up to now? Darko Kelly gets it to go. He's got 16, Tobias.
Yeah, he's a great guy to have coming off your bench, and he'll be big as well when Flynn Cameron leaves to go on Tall Black's duty. He'll have to step up into a bigger role.
Bardsley with the steal, hands it off to Kamani Lawrence for 2. Sam McKinnon wants to have a chat. Kamani Lawrence up to 24 points tonight. He's another one who has been impressive. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's the hand around the back from Bardsley. And then hands it off to Lawrence.
Your guy has been impressive, not only on offense but on defense too. More get a double-double.
Surely there's some students out there in Dunedin who will get in there and vote for Mr. Bardsley. That's what he'd be known as at school, wouldn't he?
For sure, Mr. B.
You can't call teachers by their first name at schools these days, can you? Does that apply?
I don't think so. I do not think so, but depends what school he goes to.
Who was your favourite teacher at school? Let's just put that out there, and you're going to disappoint some people now.
Right, well, you know, my mum actually was also a teacher as well.
No, your mum doesn't count.
Okay. Miss Blackwell, my art teacher.
What was her name?
Mrs. Blackwell.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Art teacher. Very good evening to Mrs. Blackwell and family. Hope you're well. Back underway. 3:42 to play. Mitch McCarron. Been impressed with him tonight as well. Underneath, I'll tell you who I have been impressed with. Carlin Davison.
Yeah, really good job of following that rebound. No one around, just goes so hard to the glass. He's slippery to box out. Really tough to keep him out of the paint.
I've just changed my vote, by the way. Look at that. He's up to 50%.
Right, so does everyone else.
Carlin Davison. We're going to get him home tonight in the MVP poll. Converts from the Chemist Warehouse. He's had a big one. Now he's got to play some defense on Lawrence. Nuggets next 4 games. Tuatara away, as we said. That will be a weakened Auckland Tuatara team. Tom Vodanovic, Corey Webster, Ruben Taranaki about to head overseas on Tall Blacks duty. We wish them well. Then they've got the Fire at home. That's an important game because the Fire in that battle for 6th position as well. Saints away is going to be a tough one. And Giants away, that's going to be a really important game as well.
Yeah, that's a really tough stretch of games, and all those teams are very capable.
Coming up for the Airs there next 4. Sharks away in 48 hours time, of course. Then they've got the Bulls away, the Hawks away, and the Rams at home. Haven't beaten a team above them on the ladder this season. That's a big foul, Kamani Lawrence.
I'm really interested to see how that Rams matchup goes. Do you have any insight if Frolling will still be around for that game?
I think he only misses a couple of rounds.
Okay, because I love that matchup between Frolling and Lockie Ulbrich. Lockie Ulbrich got the better of him last time. And you know, I actually think Lockie Ulbrich, these games are great for him. He plays against him.
Carlin Davison.
That is the MVP right there.
We can't even have a general chat about something else because he just keeps coming up with something special,
like,
doesn't
talk
he?
about me.
Darko Kelly drains the 3. Sorry, to get back to make your point.
Yes, no, sorry. Lockie Ulbrich against Sam Frolling, that matchup is always a good one, and they train against each other all year. Lockie Ulbrich has a point to prove being his backup in the ANBL.
Finn Cameron looking to finish there. Goes around the world. Can't put it down. Rebound, Aitchison. Getting some late minutes in this one. Darko Kelly hands it off to Lawrence. Up and underneath.
I like that they are playing hard, still trying to get it inside, go to their strengths. Like I said, a tough stretch of games coming up, so it's not just about this one. It's also about that run to get to the playoffs and improving so that when comes playoffs time, they're at their peak.
Yeah, what the Nuggets have been so impressed with Matthew Bardsley tonight. They've given him the job on Sam Frolling now.
That is a tough job to have.
Here we go, 2:07 to play. There's the QR code. If you haven't got involved yet, do so now. Who are you voting as the MVP tonight? It's a viewers poll. It's all about who you select. Davison with 53% of the vote, and here he is right on cue, getting busy. Can't finish. McCarron comes up with it.
Man, you just can't stop him. So explosive. Just both getting past his player, getting off the mark and getting up. It is hard to guard that.
Davison, 26 points tonight, 9 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 assists and a block. Pretty sure his career high was last time out against the Nuggets. He had 27. So he may be about to set a career high tonight. Many back in some form with 16 points. Tobias Cameron has 16 off the bench to go with 8 rebounds. He's been really good. Kamani Lawrence is up to 27 points now for the Nuggets. Z Darko Kelly has 21 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. I've been really impressed with Mitch McCarron as well. 13 points, 10 assists for him.
Yeah, and I think we have to give a shout out to Tobias Cameron, who's been awesome off the bench as well with 16 points.
Well, how's he not got a vote? Where's Tobias Cameron?
Yeah, he should definitely be on that list. Come on, Cameron family. You usually do a better job than that.
He's got a lot of fans out there. There he is on screen, Tobias Cameron. Wonderful game. Surely he gets some votes over the next couple of minutes. Good start to the Southern Swing. This will be for the Airs. Went down to the Saints, of course, last Saturday night. That was a feisty contest. If you haven't heard the news today, Lat Mayen suspended out of that game. He won't play Sunday for the Saints. Headbutting incident with Quentin Bailey. So he's been rubbed out for a game. Z Darko Kelly.
Almost gets a tip to it, but I think Tobias is arguing that his hand was over the line, so that is illegal.
What do you make of the fact that the Airs, who sit 4th on the ladder, haven't beaten a team above them this season, have no trouble beating those below them?
Yeah, that can be a little bit worrying. Obviously, they need to get some of those bigger wins to advance and to get a championship. I know they're a lot of people's favourites, but the other teams right now, especially the Rams, are showing out.
By the way there, you called it off the first inbound. Z Darko Kelly over the baseline. He's actually just done it a second time off the back of a warning, and that's why he's been teed up.
Interesting.
Don't often see that.
No. I don't think that rule changes anywhere in the world, right?
No.
It's not just a FIBA thing, it's a worldwide rule.
Geez, I'm determined to get Tobias Cameron on that list right now. Look at the top 2 though. Dominating the vote, aren't they? Davison and Bardsley.
Yeah, I guess that's what we get for hyping them up so much. Good. Oh, almost.
Oh, here he is. Tobias Cameron. We've got to stop here. I think we're going to fix up the clock. Definitely going to be interesting across the competition over the next few weeks with tall black Judy and also a couple of Aussies, as we've mentioned, Ben Henschel and Sam Froling with some Boomers duties. They're not headed to the Olympics, but I think they're headed to a couple of games nonetheless over the next week or 2. Sure, I read that somewhere. Hiram Harris still an injury concern as well. Not sure if he's going to end up being available for the Tall Blacks. Davison.
Yeah, I just feel so bad for Hiram. He was having an awesome season. He started so well. You know, he was playing some of the best basketball I've ever seen him play.
One of my favourite players to watch in the Cells NBL.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a lot of people's favourites because, man, you could not stop him. Talk about these players that you can't stop out here. Hiram Harris does it all in all categories. He can score, he plays great defense. He is one of the best two-way players.
Huge competitor, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's really worked on his game, and Casey Frank talks about it all the time. Just the IQ of him has improved so much. He's always had the physique, but now he has the smarts to go with it.
You'd come out of it feeling like you've been in a big battle playing a game of chess against Hiram Harris, I reckon.
Yeah, it's so tough, especially for the coaches too. Like, who do you even put on him? He's bigger than half your players, then he's quicker than the ones that do have size. Just such a tough matchup with a great take by Tobias Cameron just there.
Give this man a vote. Tobias Cameron is just added. Oh, there we go. He's actually on the board now. Thank you. About time people started voting for Tobias Cameron. He's had a massive game tonight. 19 points off the bench. Chance to go to 20. Matthew Bardsley getting the warm applause from the crowd. He's had a huge evening as well. Deservedly, he's going to finish second in the poll. Davison, the clear-cut MVP. Timeout called with 1:08 to play here tonight in the NZNBL. And in the end, it's going to be an impressive victory for the Taranaki Airs.
Yeah, well, and they've gotten it done without Sam Froling contributing like he normally does, which is a great sign for them. It's great to see that the other players on their team can step up when they're needed, and that Sam Froling isn't the only thing carrying this team.
He's only put up the 3 shots tonight, 4 fouls. So he has had a little bit of foul trouble to worry about. He's only played 21 minutes in the game, but must be said, he has been very well held, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. They've done a great job on him. You know, we saw that double team come earlier in the game. That was really tough for him to navigate. We saw them pushing him out of the paint, really making his job hard, coming off screens, giving him a lot of bumps, fouling him before he got to really good positions.
It's an ominous sign for the Sharks on Friday night, because I've never seen Sam Froling play 2 bad games in a row.
Yeah, that is scary.
Sorry, Sharks.
But hey, the Sharks, they've had some close games lately. They've been playing some good basketball.
Yeah, been playing better. Good matchup. That'll be Cal McRae. Tobias Cameron, look out. All of a sudden starting to get some votes lead in this one tonight. Can we get him up to double digits in the next minute?
All right, come on, Cameron family. Just send it in the family chat.
Start snapping that QR code. Here we go. Out of the timeout. Going to be an Airs win tonight. Darko Kelly, one of the better games for him this season. Doesn't add another 2, but Kamani Lawrence does. 29 for him.
Kamani Lawrence has been great for the Nuggets. Darko Kelly has been good too when he has been aggressive, but he just hasn't made the most of all of the opportunities he's had tonight. He's given up some layups for passes that haven't gone down.
Then Cameron looking for brother Tobias. And of course, there will be some other teams impacted by the Tall Blacks. Jordan Nartai at the Hawks.
Yeah, that will be massive for them. He's a key piece of their team. He doesn't score all their points. They have 2 other key guards, but he is very experienced. He's the glue for their team, and he's the closer down the stretch. So it'll be key that they can come together while he's gone to sneak into that 6th spot.
Matt Piper is going to get a late look at it here from the coloured stripe. We're slowly getting Tobias Cameron up, 1% at a time. Gee, Kamani Lawrence is a bit stiff too, just by the way, 1%. He might be game high, is he? 29 points, he is. He can hold his head high. 29 points at 61% tonight, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Be a little bit unlucky to only have 1% of the vote.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky. Hey, those people on TikTok need to tune in that are from the States. Give him some love, because the Kiwis are looking out for fellow Kiwis tonight.
Dying stages here this evening. The Airs back in the winner's circle, headed towards the final 6. This man is a big, big part of it, Davison. Can't get the job done there, but he certainly has got the job done over the journey tonight. Before that Saints loss, Crystal, the Airs had won 4 straight games and were averaging 104 points per game. So they've certainly got back to their scoring ways tonight, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Scoring over 100 is great for them. But it's always, I think it's always good to have a loss here and there, especially throughout the regular season when you are a front-runner team. You know, just to collect yourself so that you don't get too cocky or complacent about how your team's going. you have to go back to that film. It brings you back down to earth and just reminds you that, you know, in basketball, anything can happen.
I reckon one of the things the Airs coaching staff will be happy about tonight, Elijah Mini has run himself into a little bit of form as well. 16 points for him. He's had a bit of a quiet stretch. Adam on the give and go with Froling. Dying seconds, last shot, won't get it up in time. Matt Piper, that will not count. And that'll do us tonight. Impressive win in the end for the still formers Taranaki Airs, getting up over the top of the night and day Otago Nuggets. It was a real arm wrestle for a long way. The Nuggets refused to go away, but in the end, this Airs team, a little bit too deep, a little bit too strong, and a few too many stars.
Yes, and the biggest star tonight was Carlin Davison. Gave us a lot of highlight plays to replay over and over again. He was so impressive to watch tonight, just short of his career high of 27 points, but so close.
According to you, the viewers at home, the MVP poll. And our MVP tonight, good choice, well done, Carlin Davison with 51% of the vote. Bardsley had a beauty. Tobias Cameron also starred for the Airs. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. Round 12 is underway in the Sal's NBL. A good one here tonight in Dunedin. You can see there with the moon boot on, Dante Rousseau-Nance. We don't usually start with the blocks, but let's start with the blocks.
Right. Mitch McCarron with 2 blocks. That's unusual to see his name at the top of that list, but he was great. He got it done in all facets of the game tonight. Had 9 assists, I think. We go through the rest of our stats.
Yeah, let's try and get the points up for the Chemist Warehouse stats tonight. There you go. Kamani Lawrence with 29, Carlin Davidson with 26, but a lot of players getting amongst the points this evening.
Yeah, and really odd to see Ben Henschel's name so far down the list and for him not to score in double digits. The Airs did a great job of containing him all night, and Sam Froling also not featuring on this list. Very unusual for the Airs team. They did a great job of keeping those 2 stars down.
I don't think anyone would have come into tonight's game expecting 7 points from Henschel and 4 points from Froling.
Yeah, and even more so not to see Froling on this rebounding list either. He's usually a double-double machine, but tonight that went to Carlin Davison. He got it done for the Airs, both in scoring and rebounding.
Darko Kelly, one of his better games this season as well. Mitch McCarron with the double-double, 10 dimes, and I really like the way he played this evening.
Yeah, he just, I've said it multiple times, he is the glue to this Airs team. He holds them together. He does it all over the court. He has golden hands. He gets some steals. He gets all the assists. He knows when to turn it on and score as well. And as we see, the Airs had a lot of players getting some steals tonight. Carlin Davison, Tobias Cameron, as you've mentioned towards the end of the game, he had an awesome night. He really contributed off the bench, both on defense and on offense. It was a great game from the Airs.
Love seeing the fans storm onto the court after the games in the Sal's NBL. It's such a great sight and a big part of this competition. When you go to a Sal's NBL game, you always have the opportunity to step onto the court and meet the players. Special moments indeed, and look at them lining up for signatures tonight. The Airs get the win though. Round 12 underway. Hope you enjoyed Wednesday night hoops in the Sal's NBL. That's what's ahead. Giants and the Rams tomorrow night. That's a sellout. That'll be a beauty at the Trafalgar Centre. I'm heading down for that one. Can't wait. Celebrating 30th anniversary of that 1994 championship for the Giants. What a big game against the Rams on a 10-game win streak as well. Sharks and the Airs Friday night. Rams and the Jets Saturday afternoon. Hawks and the Giants play Saturday night. Tuatara and the Phi Sunday afternoon. Saints and the Bulls have the Sunday evening game. But tonight, Crystal, the Airs get the job done.
The Airs do, and best of luck to Dante with his MRI tomorrow. He is a massive loss for the Nuggets, so good luck to him.
Hope you've enjoyed it. On behalf of all of the team here on Sky Sport, to all of our Sky Sport TikTok viewers tonight right around the world, hope you've had some fun with us. The Airs get home by 13.